I'm kidding.
Hello. I don't know if I'm in the right live. Let me make sure. Come on. Yes, I am. Hi, Margot. Nice of you to come. How are you? Let's see. There's Chrisry. Hello, Chrisry. Hi, Nicole. Okay. And did you guys, I think everybody watched, well, I shouldn't say everybody watched, because I'm not going to, some people watched the Murdaugh trial, and I do have his interview too, if we want to watch that, but I have the, we saw the interview where he confessed to the roadside shooting today, and we had someone that was an expert in the tire impressions and the foot impressions, and was going over about how Paul was killed, and about the wadding and the trajectory of the bullets and all of that. And I don't know if it didn't look like the defense rested today, so I think that they're off on the timeline, right? I think so. Okay. And hi, Alejandra. How are you? So I did see in one of the places I was watching, I think it was Law and Crime today, because I was watching somewhere else yesterday, they did a survey, and the majority did say that he would be found guilty. So I don't know. We can do another survey here. We can... Buster was there at the end. They were like at a family reunion. Everybody was holding hands and having a good time. But I thought Cousin Eddie was going to show up today. They had Alex in the ambulance, and it looked like he was naked because his arm looked like his thigh when I was watching it. It's very weird. And he kept saying he went blind for a few minutes. Hello, Scooter. Hi, Liz. So, I don't know. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Let me go and see what we've got over here. I was hoping Cousin Eddie would come in today, hopefully tomorrow. Yeah, but the prosecution said they were going to be finished, and they're totally not, right? Let's see. Let's look at what happened today. They talked about Paul's phone as well. They had that expert in. What else? But I think the most interesting thing was the confession to the roadside shooting. So they went to Cousin Eddie's house, and Cousin Eddie lived in this modest house, but he was having transactions into his bank account of like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And he was also, I don't know why he was paying the guy with checks, because usually you don't do that, do you? Usually use cash or something untraceable. But he also had a physician's desk reference with all little notations about the different pills, which Alex was then saying about his opioid addiction for, at least 20 years. And then Alex said that he met at his parents' house or something, and he came clean about stuff. And then he called Eddie Smith, and he said to him, he met him on the side of the road, and then they drove to some other parking lot or something, a Sunoco gas station it was. And he told him, I need someone to shoot me. And they go, did he talk you out of it? I don't think so. And they had arranged it, and then he said he got the Mercedes, which had run flat tires, but he was fixing a flat, right, on this run flat tire car. and he took a knife and he slit the tire, and then he threw the knife, and they found the knife and they showed the knife. And then Cousin Eddie came by and shot him, and he went blind for a minute and sounded like a shotgun, or something. He said it was a blast, and then they got him in the ambulance and he was okay. And he was trying to get the insurance, and he thought everybody would be better off without him with all his problems and his son. And so, yeah, he admitted to all that. Let's see what else we have. Anybody that wants to join in. It's so confusing about which let me go to the photos here. Why is it telling me I'm not safe there? Oh, there was something more about, there was another housekeeper situation where he was getting some pills from another housekeeper or something too, on not a consistent basis, but he said he was getting pills from Cousin Eddie on a very consistent basis. And he called him all the time about pills. What else? What else went on today? I wanted just to pull up. Hold on, let me see here. I need F. Murdaugh, second interview. Is this it? What's today? This would have been 2/16. 11/23.
Jamie. Well, let me respond to your question. It may not be a direct answer that you're looking for. Mm-hmm. And I've told Alec this when we first. And I don't remember exactly what time it would have been. And either one of those, did you see any long guns? And take your time. It's okay. Did you see any rifles or shotguns? I don't remember seeing any that day. No. We did have pistols. Yeah, because now you said you went to target practice. Not really target practice, just shoot. Yeah. I'd rather talk. You can talk about everything, just one of the main things, he'd been having trouble, his feet had swelled up, and we were worried about blood pressure and stress on him, and he handled all this stuff so amazingly, but we were just so worried about it. But we talked about that, we talked about the farm, we just talked about everything. Has Paul been seeing a doctor for those feet? No, sir. You're not trying to get him to go? Trying to get him to go. He was resistant? Yeah, he had been resistant, but much less so after his feet swelled up. He'd been having all kind of little problems, but much less after his feet swelled up. As parents, I'm sure you and Maggie stay on him about going, how did he respond to you? To going out? No, going to the doctor. When y'all talked about it. He's very resistant. Very, very resistant. And then we talked to him about seeing a doctor, about the stresses of everything with the boat wreck. Hands in your shirt.
talking to him about the clothes and the tree. He
I guess
doesn't
there was a
remember.
tree sapling or something that had fallen over or bending over, and you were trying to get it to stand up. But the question in that is, when I met you that night, you were in shorts and a t-shirt. At what point in that evening did you change clothes?
I'm not sure. It would have been,
Before dinner or after dinner?
no, it would have been, what time of day was that? I would have thought I'd already changed.
I'll say it looks to be about dusk. So that would have been 7 or 8 o'clock.
I guess I changed when I got back to the house.
So he asked him about the times.
Left on the road that goes down and then on 63. No, I didn't go anywhere. I went straight to AITA. No, sir.
And earlier in the day when you were down at the shed in kennels with Paul, did y'all discuss any injuries to any dogs?
Did he and I, Roden Gibson told me about the dog's tail, and somebody saying his leg was broken.
What's his dog?
It's a chocolate puppy, I think.
Chocolate puppy.
Was the leg broken?
Not that I know of.
I don't remember.
I can certainly see once else that has boys somewhere divorced that he may have misinterpreted.
No, sir. I mean, he thought I was up there.
Did that surprise him?
Yes, sir. But I don't remember saying anything about Buster would know. Something about threats. I was asked about that later. If I had information about, or if Buster had information about threats that I said he would know. Is black, the browning is camo, and the pump is camo.
Would you have those serial numbers recorded anywhere?
I don't have them recorded, but I'm sure. I don't know where the pump shotgun exactly came from, but I should be able to have the Nanny and the brownie.
Okay. You made the comment, I should have known. And the questioning that surrounded, the dispatcher's asking, is anybody else supposed to be at the house? And you said, no ma'am, please hurry. And she says, we're getting somebody out there to you. And your next comment was, I should have known. What are you referencing in that statement?
I don't remember saying that, but I guess, all the threats and I had been convinced that this was something to do with the boat wreck and, all of that.
Paul ever get physical with you? Ever get into a heated argument and get physical?
One time, a little bit where he wouldn't listen to me.
Did you ever get physical with him?
No, sir.
Something else, Maggie, did Paul get physical with Maggie?
No.
sure she probably wanted to at times.
I'm sure she wanted to with all of us.
Yeah.
And the one time Paul did that, he had too much to drink, in a very isolated incident.
Where was that? Was that Moselle or Minnesota?
That was at Moselle.
That was pretty recent.
No, sir. It had been a while.
When you turned Paul over and his cell phone popped out, and you picked it up, and your statement was something like, I thought about doing something, but then I put it back down. And that was the interview, our first interview. What were your intentions with the phone?
I don't know. I mean, when I went up to him and the phone came out, I don't remember having intentions of doing anything with the phone.
You got anything right
Going back when y'all ate dinner together after Miss Maggie got home and you and Paul got back from riding around. David asked you just earlier about when y'all were riding around the farm. And you said y'all had the pistol in the truck, y'all had shot a few times, really not target practice, but shot a few times. You said that you had, on that day, you didn't see any long guns, rifles or shotguns in the vehicle. Prior to that, how long prior to that do you recall seeing guns or any guns in that vehicle?
I mean, Paul always had guns.
I think when he went to Charleston, Dale said that he helped hook up the boat to one of the white fours. And I know one's a gas and one's a diesel.
It wouldn't have been the gas truck going to Charleston. Long after that. So, I believe that I went straight home. So, my car, have y'all been able to get Chevrolet to download mine?
We're still working on that.
Okay.
It's a long process.
Well, I mean, I got home early enough for Paul and I to ride the property for a substantial length of time. More than an hour. I thought probably a couple of hours that we were together, but somewhere.
You go down the river.
We rode down all the roads. I believe that we rode all over. We rode all over.
Some of your questions, I know you probably have more, but with my questionings, trying to get some things cleared up about giving you some answers.
Well, I do know more than I did, for sure. So, yes, some of those questions have certainly, yes, sir.
What other questions do you have there?
I would like to know exactly what happened.
Me too. the best that I've been able to put together.
Tell me, it looks like, well, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I believe Paul was shot first. For the simple fact of where he was located.
How many times was he shot?
Twice.
I thought he shot Maggie first, because they could tell he shot her in the back of the head.
We may honestly never know who was first, but I think it was Paul, for the simple fact he wouldn't have, if he saw his mother getting shot, he wouldn't have run to that funeral. Unless that's where one of the guns was. But, you know, we've already established family guns were used. And if they came from Paul's truck was at the house. So where were they?
And how did he get down there?
And how did they get down there? I mean, it's normal for y'all to leave your keys in the cars. However, if somebody showed up and did this,
We're not watching the whole thing
you
high
can take
speed. We're
Paul's
just
truck back
skipping
to the
through
house
some
and
parts.
get in. And how did they get down there? You know, we've already established family guns were used. We got two different types of ammunition. It's hard to say. It is hard to say.
Maybe either one of them stuff very long.
Matter of seconds, if that.
Thank you. Y'all been able to get anything in Boston that might lead to anybody but me? Let me ask you this question. It comes from Randy. I look at him talk to you about this, but
It's okay.
you know, they got a lot of friends in the community. You know, from the upper echelon to the lowest socioeconomic level. They think that they can ask people to keep ears out, you know, loose lips, talking, that kind of stuff, but they don't want to reach out to anybody. Not close, unless y'all think it's okay. I'm not talking about paying people to do stuff,
Yeah.
investigators.
Well, I've talked to Randy about this as well. He posed that question to me.
Right.
I'm not going to ask anybody in the law firm or anybody in the family, hey, go out and see what you can find and report back to me.
Sure.
Because then it could be construed as they're working as an agent of the state.
Sure.
And
I understand that completely. You don't even have to
yeah,
explain that, I
yeah.
understand it.
so, I mean, I told Randy, I said, I certainly can't stop you from going out.
Do you think, so, you know, my thought was that, I don't know who's required to authorize Apple to open it. I know there was that big thing where they weren't gonna do it,
Yes,
or whatever case. But I thought that if we, I think Maggie owned the phone. I think it was in her name, the account was in her name.
But if you I mean, you have to have your own separate iCloud account for each phone. And we've done that for Maggie's. All depends on how many shooters are there. I mean, if we're looking at 2 shooters, it could have happened at the same time. If we're looking at 1 shooter, it would happen. And I know you can't help but think about it, but don't beat yourself up over getting an answer. It's not going to do anything for you.
When I asked you, now that you talk to me, are you willing to, if some of my family, Maggie's mom and dad or sister, are you willing to talk to them?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I'll meet them wherever they want to.
It would be easy if you can meet them. He got hired, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because that was one of the things Paul, when he was looking for him, was going to ask CB. And I'd had a boy working out there for just a short period named Matt Luce. Is that the first time you've heard his name?
The last name, yeah. I've heard the name
Matt Luce. I think it's spelled Luce.
And he basically did what CB does now?
No,
Or something?
he came in and was, just trying to, because I didn't have anybody working out there, just to kind of keep things from getting totally out of control. He came in and, he does that for another friend, works with another friend, and he's just kind of coming in to help me, probably, I believe he probably would have been there in the late fall, probably, I'm guessing.
Is he from Hampton or Multiboro?
He's from Beaufort, I believe, originally, but he lives up in, he lives between Beaufort and, I'm trying to think of the name of the plantation that my friend Barrett Bowler has. That's who he works for.
Barrett Bowler.
Yeah, Junior.
Yes.
It's Bowler, so.
Plus, the lawyers he's represented by participate. I don't think it's, I'm sure that they're happy to do that, but I don't think that the person should be talking about a pending action like that without their lawyers knowing about it. And what, because I know nothing about it. I was completely separated from it.
I don't mind, I have insurance companies hire lawyers, and then, some of my partners are helping with that also, but, it's made some progress. It's still unresolved, but it's not in its initial stages. Right? And
Was that night? Because the friends that we talked to said it was posted that night.
I'm not sure.
Somebody's phone
Sir?
on? Somebody's phone on? No, but somebody's phone, I hear like somebody talking in the background. Yeah, okay. Like it was a call that had dropped or something.
So, has she talked to you about that?
She's given us very little.
Do you feel like she's being evasive? Because let me tell you what I've tried not to do. I know y'all have to look at me. I've tried to have as little discussions with the people that y'all are interviewing, but all this talk about how I fixed this and fixed that with the boat wreck, which is totally untrue. I've tried to not have a lot of conversation with people that, I know y'all need to talk to.
Mm-hmm. Well, the problem that I encounter, and I think everybody in law enforcement encounters in any investigation, people on the street talk, and they run their mouth, and they'll talk to friends, and they'll talk to families, and they'll talk to victims. But when the police show up, they keep their mouth shut.
So she's not talking to you.
She has given us some information.
Okay.
Some information.
So is there a problem with me going to her and,
I'm not going to answer that.
So you're not telling me not to do it?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
Either way.
I'll get somebody to talk to her. All right? To try to get her to cooperate with you.
Darn. Allergies. Excuse me. All right, do you have any more questions that I might be able to answer? And if you can't think of any now, reach out, call me.
I will know. I mean, you've answered a lot of things I had questions about, and I appreciate it.
And I'll call the Bransteaders and see if they want to meet. Maybe get Marion up there at the same time so I can just meet with them all together. Does Marion, I know they live on one law, does Marion work?
No, she doesn't work. And they're kind of between Wadman.
Well, I mean, and I hate to give any credence to the media, but with the media keep throwing you in there, then
You gotta ask the questions.
if I can get every bit of evidence possible that's going to exonerate.
Will you get my car stuff? That'll help.
Alan, you said earlier Maggie didn't like staying out there by herself.
Yes, sir.
Was there any?
But some of the information is just so far-fetched. I talked with one guy, he called in and says, well, I knew that Maggie's son bought a house right around the corner. I'm like, okay, well, no, they didn't. That Maggie had left her husband some time ago and was going to move to Florida to be closer to her father because mother was dead. And I'm like, okay, thank you, God. The only thing that we can go off of are the cell tower dumps or find and report back to me.
Yes, sir.
Do you have that at all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with all of that. So there is the part where he's, surprised that he's still a suspect, but they said, that we're going where the information leads us. Today, hold on, let's go. Dr. Kinsey, put this over here. There. Took the stand, and he was talking about Paul's, how he was shot and how the blood was on the top of the door with some hair, and tissue. He showed how the bullet went through the back window of the feed room. He showed like the blood pattern and explained the first shot and then the second shot, and then went, he believes that Paul was standing in the middle of the feed room because the blood drops on the ground at Paul's feet were in the middle of the room after he was hit for some time. And then he shows like the back of the door being clear, and where he's talking about like there's areas where there's no blood, and there was like this shelf that he was showing. So he was saying that after, you know, he was shot again, he was never going to walk again, and then he just kind of fell out there. And then Maggie, about that mark on her leg, he talked about that, you know, the one they were making on the calf, and he showed pictures to corroborate all of this in there, the crime scene pictures. They showed them today, which was interesting because they hadn't been showing them. And then he compared the impression. He's an expert, okay? So he was an expert on tire tracks and the ballistics. And so blood dripped down Maggie's leg. So he said that meant she was standing or upright at the time. And then he feels like with the first couple of shots, which were not life-threatening, one through her wrist and one through a part of her thigh, she probably fell to the ground, maybe on her knees with one hand on the floor. And then again, she was shot 3 more times, and then the last time through the back of the head, which those were the fatal shots. And so he was talking about that today. Let's see what else he had to say. He did like a reconstruction and the pictures for the jury of the crime scene. And Harpudalin on the cross asked why the shooter would have to be at a low angle for the second shot when shotguns are typically shot from the shoulder, and that a normal height person would have to bend down or crouch and be be extremely short. And Kinsley said he can't give an explanation for that reasoning. The foreperson was appointed by the judge, and it's juror number 826. And then we had, hold on, Kelly came on. Ryan Kelly, let me get his picture over here. Oh, he's the SLED senior special investigator. He said when he arrived, he's going to talk about the roadside shooting now, and this is when we hear the call where, what's his name, Alex Spring, lays it all out there. He said he arrived, he saw that one of the tires on the Mercedes was flat, but the tire was a run flat tire, which means that it can operate even one flat. And so it was he really didn't know too much when he did this, but that it appeared to have a small puncture wound that was caused by some type of a blade. He said Murdaugh made that 911 call. He told the dispatcher that he got a flat, he pulled over, and then someone stopped to help him, and they shot him. So they showed that ambulance footage, like I said, where it looked like, to me, I kept looking at it. Let me see if I can even find a still photo right now of that. Let me see. I kept thinking it was his thigh and not his arm. Let me see here. Let's see. Yeah, this one. Let me see if I can get this. I just want to pull. Yeah, this, I kept seeing this image. Hold on. To me, it kept looking like this was all the way down. Doesn't that look like, it's very bizarre looking when you were looking at that. And there was some guy sitting here for most of the thing, but that was him in the ambulance telling his story there about his, and just had that surface wound on his head, and that he said he had he was a little bit blind from it. He said he was on the side of the road when a truck passed him, doubled back, pulled over to help him. He said the guy seemed nice, and then he said something about the guy looking nice, a good-looking guy. He turned his head and boom. Then Kelly went and interviewed him at the hospital later in Savannah, and Alex gives the same account, provides a description of the guy that shot him. On September 5th, the agents went back to the scene to try to locate a piece of debris that caused his tire to go flat. They didn't find anything, but they found that folding knife on the opposite side of the road, and he said he punctured his tire and he threw the knife. And Kelly said that Alex had a confrontation with Chris Wilson about missing funds just hours before that roadside shooting. On September 6th, there was a composite artist that made a sketch of the person that Alex was saying shot him. His brother Randy called David Owen, that's the guy that did the 2 interviews we just saw, the guy that's coughing all the time, says it's allergies, but I don't know if it is, to let David Owen know that Alex had been making calls from the hospital to an unknown number. He said that Alex was trying to convince and bribe the staff members to let him use the phone, and he was calling Eddie Smith in the hospital. So they conducted video surveillance from the businesses around the shooting, and they saw a blue pickup, and they followed by Murdaugh's car, and then they saw it, the blue pickup was seen driving away, and they traced it back to Eddie Smith, and that's when they got a search warrant, and they went through this residence that Eddie Smith was at. They found a small amount of narcotics in the garage, but they found, like I said, that physician's desk reference with little notations in it about the pills, and they found that he lived in a very modest place, but his bank accounts showed these big deposits and money going in and out that didn't jive with where he was living and, you know, what he was doing. So that was all very interesting for the investigator to find out. And then on the cross, Harputulin asked, oh, sorry, no, this is, let me see what the heck we have here now. Oh, they asked him how long that he's known Eddie Smith, and he's known Eddie Smith over 10 years. And Alex said that Smith and him would talk frequently because they talked about the pills, getting the pills, the opioids for his addiction. Yep. Because his lawyer, Harputulin, was on this telephone call that the jury was hearing. And Harputulin asked Alex how much time passed between when he asked Smith to shoot him and when Smith shot him. And Alex says it wasn't more than a half an hour, because when they met in the Sunoco, it was like right after that. He doesn't even know if they got out of the car at all. And he said that Eddie Smith never convinced him, tried to convince him to change his mind about this. It's not that bad. You can recover from this, blah, blah, blah. No, never happened. And asked if he paid Eddie Smith to shoot him. Alex said he did not pay Eddie Smith to shoot him. And when Ryan Kelly asked Alex why he wasn't truthful about this from the start, Alex said he just doesn't have a good reason. He was in a bad place. That's his answer. Yep. And let's see, what else? Then there's a cross-examination by Harputulin. Kinsey said that he believes this back on Kinsey now, lacrosse. Hold on a second. Kinsey said that he believed the footprints in the feed room belonged to Paul because of the trajectory of Paul's fatal shot. He believes that the Benelli shotgun in evidence was used. The barrel of the shotgun was around 30 inches away from Paul when he was first shot, and the shooter was holding the gun parallel to the ground, and that he thinks the shooter was holding the gun at that low angle point, and that's when Harpootlian is saying, well, how could it be at a low angle point if it's a shotgun and you shoot it from the shoulder, right? So there we have that whole thing. They were trying to disprove that, and I don't know. There's just no good reason for that. And I think I just repeated that because I'm losing my mind here. Okay, so in case you came in late, you heard it again. All right, so yeah, they had that call. They had Ryan Kelly on the stand, and then they broke for the day. So I don't know where the prosecution is. They're going to bring Cousin Eddie on tomorrow, which they should, but then some people are saying they don't think he'll be on there. So I don't know. Do you think Cousin Eddie's going to be on there? I hope so. I hope he's going to be on there. Hi, Christina Ferrari. Hi, Emmy. Hello, Ann Rose. Hi, Janae Ann. At this point, I'm just ready for this try. It's all jumbling into everything for me. So maybe they have a very small shooter. Maybe or the person's crouching down. I don't know. Maybe the person's sitting down on the ground. Who knows? I don't know. I don't really know at this point. I really don't see what this got him, what this bought him, what this was worth to him to do this. Unless he was just out of his mind. I don't know. I'm very confused. Let's take a poll about this whole thing because this is just such a craziness here. Let's see where we stand tonight. Let me see. Okay. There you go. So, I know people like this. Kevin, everyone seems to feel like that. How do they feel, Kevin? How are they feeling? Let me see. Kevin says, High 61's been trying to catch up on the case. I'm at the part when they talk about the wounds on the body. It's a lot. And I have like so many things going on, and it's like catch up on double speed. And oh yeah, Barb Olson, yeah. Did Barb come in? Yeah, I was thinking about Barb the other day. I said that. I hope you're okay, Barb. Is Barb in? Because I mentioned her the other day.
I haven't seen her, Carolyn.
Oh. Okay, I guess Kevin's talking to her because I mentioned her the other day about her procedure. So I hope everything's going good with you, Barb.
I hope she's here. Let me double check.
Oh, there she is. Oh, I did mention that everything go well, Barb. That's good. You're home. That's good.
Oh my gosh, she's here. Okay, good. Good. Thank goodness.
Thanks, High 61.
We've been thinking about you for a while now. I'm glad you're okay. Mm-hmm. We missed you during trivia and the real estate game and all that. We missed you.
Let me see something here. Ouch.
She feels excellent. She's saying excellent. She's doing.
Did she? Oh, she had a
angiogram.
Yeah, but then she had to get a stent. She had to get a stent
block
put
it.
in, and she had to get a stent put in.
She was going to get a double bypass, and then
I thought she was getting a stent.
was it a stent or a double which one, Barb? Yeah, we missed you. We missed you. So she's stent. Yep, stent. She got a stent put in. Good job. You did good. She said excellent. That's all that
Oh, that's
matters.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, 61.
Trying to see if there's anything else. There was a
It was me. Hi. Nicole.
yeah, I don't know. I okay, so anyway, let's put this up. If anybody wants to call in about the Murdaugh trial, I'm going to look at your poll now. Hold on. Feel free to call in about it. Let me go back now. Okay, so 78% say yes, he's guilty. That's like I said, that happened in the other room I was watching in. That happened then. So maybe we'll see what's going on. Because a lot of people were thinking, no, not enough information. Now, what did I do with, okay. And I do have, let's see. Barb Olson, good to see you, but I'm in mind. Yeah, so 77, I'm gonna end that poll now. Scooter, have you been watching the trial? Scooter?
Scooter, Carolyn's talking to you, Scooter. Oh, Debbie. Debbie should like to be called Debbie. Maybe that's why.
No. She's always Scooter. I won't
Oh, yeah, I was trying to get back on. I have both of them, the YouTube and Zoom, so I was just trying to get
Well, aren't you special?
Pardon me?
Aren't you special?
I am. I'm very
You are.
special.
You're very special. Very.
I know I am. I'm trying to get the chat back too. Okay, hold on. I have been watching. I haven't seen all of it, but wow, 100% guilty in my mind. And I also think he was dealing drugs as well.
Oh yeah, I think they said he was for like
Oh, they did?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, because that $50,000 a week for paying bills, come on.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And the guy he was
Wouldn't be
supposedly
taking that much.
dealing them with is gone, is dead or something.
Okay, yeah, so that had to be where a lot of his money was going to. And making money, right?
Yeah, but
Making
where
money,
was his
stealing money.
Where was all his money go? Like, I don't know if he put some money like somewhere. I don't know.
I don't think he was that wise. I think he just gambled it away and spent it. I think he just spent it.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's quite a bit of money to be.
That really is. That's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
What, Kevin? What? What's he saying, Carolyn?
I'll tell you.
What did-
He's just
Try to
putting
get the
laughing,
check.
laughing. Hi, I see you. You see me. I try to catch up with this trial. The more I watch, the weirder it gets. At this point, I'm just like, let's get it over already, aren't you?
No, I'm enjoying it.
Are you really?
in-
Because like one day it's good, and then the next day, the entire
It's all-
thing is like just really boring and redundant and like get some. I don't know. Get a cousin
If
Eddie
it's
up
like
there.
that, I go and I find another day where they were on and I didn't get to see it, and I'll
Yep.
go to that.
That's right. Scooter, you're doing it. That's the way that's the way I did it too. When I didn't see it, I looked at like,
No, Alex
have-
didn't have an affair at Barb. She said that the girl contacted him, but they weren't having an affair. Remember?
Yeah, and that she thought she was worried that they had.
But it wasn't.
Kevin Alex was Scooter's dealer. Kevin.
Isn't that where you went that day? You said you were going to see some guy.
I never
We were
said
down
that.
there.
I never said that.
Said he was a nice lawyer or something.
Oh, stop. Yeah, right. Oh, you know what bugs me though about this trial? And it's just a little thing, is I don't know if it bothers anybody else. When they say the beach house, to me that was not a beach house.
I know.
Because they weren't on the beach.
I know.
How far from the beach were they? Because I can't remember when we went there.
They
I know
were
I don't know how
down
long.
the road, and they were on the marina. It wasn't even the beach.
But
They were
when-
far from the beach. They had to drive to the beach.
Yeah, they keep talking about the beach house.
They were more by Wyndham, by the marina, where all where the yachts and stuff came in.
Close, was it?
Excuse me.
It wasn't even that close, right?
The marina was down down straight in front, all the way down the road.
Like how far? Because I don't remember the marina. I just
I
remember
mean,
the
you
house.
could walk or bike there, but it wasn't the beach. It was the marina.
Just the marina.
It was like where we went to eat dinner that time. Remember, and all the boats were
Yeah,
there. That's
yeah.
That's where they were near.
Oh, really?
She had to drive to the beach.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that just bugs me. It's not a beach house, Alex. Quit calling it that.
it's the third row. It's like a third row, isn't it?
It's not even a third row. I don't think it's not to the marina. They were close. I just don't know why. If they had all that money, they wouldn't have a house on the beach. It doesn't make
know.
sense if they had all that money. Why? I don't get it.
I don't either. I don't.
Maybe they liked the water, but they didn't like it that much.
She really didn't have it wasn't even.
Did they have a boat of their own?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
like a nice boat? And it was probably there at the marina?
Probably, yeah.
Maybe.
That's what the thing was. Maybe that's what
But
they
I don't
did.
think she was taking it out by herself, so wouldn't she rather be on the ocean? I don't know.
Right, yeah.
Some people make no sense.
Let me see. Let's take a little
I
look.
would have had a house on the beach.
Me
I mean,
too.
I don't
For all
consider
that
it a
money,
beach
I would
house.
have myself.
Yeah, that money?
Yeah, I would have
Yeah.
definitely
I
had
agree. Agree.
You would think they'd have no problem affording it.
Well, the money that he was making plus the money he was stealing, he had plenty of money to buy a house on the beach.
It was on Big Bay, so
Look what I'm reduced to.
Oh, seltzer water. That's good for you. See, that's
I drink, this is all I drink, Nicole.
watch out.
great.
Your teeth could fall out. Remember that lady?
Yes.
Oh
Wait,
boy.
what lady?
Look
What
what
lady?
I'm reduced to. The
Don't you
regular-
remember she had a fit one night because she told me that she was drinking seltzer. You shouldn't be drinking that. The oxygen in it, the carbonation can make your teeth fall out. And she just started
Really?
getting really
Yes.
intrusive.
Yes.
And then she started to
Nick
make.
said that was disproved. Nick said that
Yeah,
was
she-
disproved. That's not true
She
at all.
went nuts. Let's just put it that way. She went nuts.
Scooter, are you trying to like you just do things a little healthier or something? Because you look like you've lost weight. Is it?
They don't,
You're
they
just
don't
drinking?
talk to me, guys. They talk right over me.
Well, I'm listening.
Okay, I'm gonna take, let's see.
I tried to say that I'm buying the 2 liters.
To save
It's
money.
so hard to find the 12 packs of
All right.
water anymore.
What is like? What kind do you have? I'll look around over here.
I'm gonna
Well,
go over
yeah.
here. Now here, I'm just gonna show you. Now you're not gonna be able to see this, Scooter, because you're not on, but you can see it later.
Yes, I am.
So
That's
this
what-
is Wyndham,
I
okay?
can see.
This is where the house is, and
Alright.
this is the public beach access. So if we go to the actual house, and we've been here, and I may go here again. I may go here from Folly Beach and go over here and just,
Yeah, but you said it's like, what, a half hour from there?
yeah, like maybe 45 minutes. I may take a very nice guided walk. I may rent a bicycle. Who knows? I may have a attachment for my GoPro on it. I don't
Do
know.
they have golf cart rentals there?
Cool.
I don't know what
I
I will
don't
do.
think you can use them in Edisto, but you can in Folly.
Okay,
Yeah,
so let's see
oh,
to the
cool.
street view.
Carolyn,
Yes, dear.
remember Orange Beach golf carts?
What's that?
Remember? When we went on vacation there,
Yeah.
and I have that video where don't you remember? We got pulled over by the police.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh my
You're
God.
kidding.
What?
How did I not know this?
When?
January of 2020, right as, right before COVID was starting to shut everything down.
Wait, yeah, when you went to get with the squirrel, right?
So this
No, on vacation down at Orange Beach.
is the Murdaugh house right here.
Yeah, right there, guys.
Okay, then you have to go down this way, down Bay Point Road, and then you have to turn right into Yacht Club Road. Into the Yacht Club, and the water's over here, so I don't know how they're getting, I don't even think they can even go in this way, so I don't even know where they're accessing this. There's water that's not where they're going, so where are they going? How are they even, let's see what this says. Oh, it may be over here. I think that's that silly Wyndham's
How much?
map. What does that say over there? I think this is that parking this side. I don't know. Let's see if we go down this way. I think there might be a beach access this way. But they're not on the beach. They're not even like second row because keep going out this way. And then this is going to be, let's see, Palmetto Boulevard. Yes, now this is going to be, this is where we were. Okay, Palmetto Boulevard is on the beach. So there's going to be a public beach access somewhere along here. But you would think that they would have had a place on the ocean. I don't know. So there's going to be like a break over here and she's going to be able to access the ocean. But that's what she's got to do. Is go to the public point where she can access. Might be over here. I don't know. But I don't know. You think that you really would think they would have gotten a house on the beach, had a house on the beach. Oh, here's the public. She has to go over here. To go. So she has to go there.
I'm watching.
In there. Yep. That's, and then she's got to lug all her stuff, park somewhere, lug everything back, sand all in the car. Instead, she could have been living large in a house on the beach. I don't know. With all the money he had,
Yeah, he said she loved the beach.
you would
So,
think that they would have something, but
I don't know, I wouldn't, I guess it's considered a beach house, but. in
they
my
could say a
mind,
beach
it
town.
isn't.
It's in a beach town.
Beach
It's
town,
on the
yeah.
island. It's near the beach.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on the beach though. Not on the beach. I don't understand what happened here.
No, Barb, it isn't, not at all.
Not at all what?
She said the house isn't very close to the beach.
Not at all. Mm-mm. I wouldn't if I was a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, I would not buy a fourth row house. Sorry. That's not even fourth row. It's
See,
like
and
the
up
center-
here, okay, look, up here, I don't know whose dock, if that's a public access dock, okay, this is like a cul-de-sac, and what does that say? End state maintenance. There's some kind of a dock out here. Now, is that, then there's a bunch of boats here.
Public
think-
access, really?
I think that's the Wyndham. I think that's where we ate somewhere along there too, where those boats were. But and they have golf carts right there. So she could drive her little golf cart to the beach if she
Did
has.
she have one?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, probably did, because they had them at the place where he murdered them.
He had golf.
Um,
Yeah.
Kevin says it's the Edisto River inlet. So it's like I think it's just like to the river.
Oh, look, this person's on a bicycle.
Gray Creek Park.
I wouldn't have, bought it way out there, like toward the center of the island.
Edisto River Inlet, said Kevin.
That's the Edos. Yeah.
Hello, Alyssa.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hi, Alyssa.
How are you, beautiful? Hi, I see you. You see me?
She was having work done on the house as well.
Right,
I mean, it was a nice house.
Mm-hmm.
This was the house.
Definitely a nice house. It's probably a lot bigger in there than what it looks like, don't you think? From the
Yeah,
outside?
it is big. I mean, inside, yeah.
It's like a four-square house, so.
She has
yeah,
the porch and she has those two beds
Most
right in,
likely.
that's literally right in the front of that house, those two beds right there.
Alyssa said she's doing great.
That's good, Alyssa.
In the Golden Girls house, said I-61.
Okay. Now look at that. It's for sale now. They put it
That's
up
so
for
sad,
sale.
though.
No, I think they just put it up for sale.
No, Carolyn, I mean, look at that house, though. Look at that house. And that's where she was.
Yeah, but they just sold
They
this for
didn't do
under
it.
like 900,000, and they just put it up for sale for 1,184,000.
Yeah. But look, I mean, she was there that day.
They're taking
And
advantage
he has her come home, you know?
of this to.
She left there thinking she'd be coming back. She had no clue she'd never be back there again.
Oh man, that's so true. I know.
Isn't it?
And
Yes,
do you know
it's really.
it's saying that was Murdaugh. I don't know why they have Murdaugh Avenue.
That's
Is it-
crazy.
It wasn't on Murdaugh Avenue. That's
I know. Sure, that's
It makes you feel so bad, doesn't it?
yeah. Yeah. It's when you put it like that, you know, it makes you think,
It does.
you know.
Hello, Sassy Darcy.
See, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I mean, she watched him, in my opinion, she watched him kill their son.
I think so too.
She turned around, and I think she got shot, and then she ended up on her knees where he got her in the head.
The shock, you know, can you imagine?
Oh, how awful.
She felt.
But I think
How
what happened,
awful.
just my opinion, but I don't know.
It gives me chills thinking about it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm thinking she probably tried to run from him when she saw that he had shot
Yeah.
her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe. It's quite
They
possible.
said she did.
Huh?
Yeah.
They
She
said
did.
she did because her footprints were going up and back.
Yeah.
Like she was running.
She was running. She had nowhere to go. She didn't have a chance.
No.
Yes.
And they weren't that far apart. I mean, really,
That's the last thing you see is your husband. No.
killing your son and then
Kill
he's killing you.
Killing your son. I can't get over it. That's the last thing that she saw. You know?
Yeah.
Makes me feel bad, you know? Very bad.
It does.
The last thing she saw was him standing over her and then
With the
shooting
gun.
or below her, whatever, either way.
Yeah.
The man she thought that loved her.
Yeah.
It was with her for all of those years, you know, just to,
Wasn't she thinking of,
She was going to leave him, I think.
yeah, they're in the, I mean, she wasn't even in the house anymore. She was at the beach house.
Right.
So,
No.
But your child's father, the last person you see, shoot him and then shoot your.
Yes. And Chris Reed, they weren't really far apart because when you watch that video, you can see, you know, both bodies.
yeah, they were. I mean, I didn't watch the video. I didn't see the bodies part. I saw the video.
I didn't either.
Well, they're in, you know, they're covered, you know, and they
Oh,
have word as well, you know.
Yeah.
But you can make out both bodies.
And how can the other son sit there? I mean, what are you going to do?
I know.
If anybody wants to complain about anything tonight, I have a little violin that I can play for you.
The world's smallest violin. Remember that song?
I can play. It's so small you can't even hear the little music. But I'll gladly play it for you.
So you want a little cheese with your wine? And then playing a song.
You're welcome.
Maybe I'll just cue up a recording of someone else playing and pretend it's me.
I'm finding some stands.
That's a little something I composed.
Here's a little something for y'all you people listening.
Play upon my violin.
That's
Narcissist.
very sad.
Isn't that funny? How 61?
Yeah.
A violin.
Anybody want to play trivia?
Don't you think though, wait, just a second, Elle, don't you think that Buster has to think deep down and not wanting to admit it?
Do you think that his dad did it?
Yeah. I mean, maybe not even admitting it to himself.
yes, I think yes.
Yeah, but
He knows.
But yeah.
He
But
knows
he's
his dad
trying to
did.
be loyal to him.
But what did
He's
he
all he
do?
has left.
How could you trust him?
He doesn't.
Right.
He's all he has left, though.
Huh?
He doesn't trust him. He's all he has left, though. Everyone's gone.
So,
His uncles.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but-
right.
Family. It's not
And why do
his
they
name.
have to
He's
call
dead.
him John Marvin? Like they always have to call him John Marvin. I
Like
just have,
the
I have an
Johns or
aversion.
something.
I have an aversion to people that do that.
John Marvin. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's his brother. They always have to call him John Marvin.
Oh.
Maybe because John's such a common name.
know, because he's probably named after someone, but John like, why do they have to keep doing that? John Marvin. Like, that's your brother. Like, I don't know. Like, after a while, I don't know. You know what John Marvin is?
Is that the older brother?
I don't know if he's older or what, but then the other one is,
Randy?
yeah, but don't they call him something?
The one that was playing, gambling with him, I forget what his name was.
That
His,
was John,
son.
was that John Marvin, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
John Marvin.
That Randy guy, brother, boy, he looks tough, doesn't he?
The one that's sitting in the courtroom? Did you
Yes.
see that? Did you see the guy with the gray hair that was in the documentary from HBO sitting in the courtroom? The one that I
Probably.
said looks like he could be hillbilly, like he.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's in there every day.
Ouch.
Yeah, the older brother, man, he just, to me, he looks like a tough guy and who you wouldn't, like you would think
Hi, little
Alex
lady.
would be terrified of him.
Hi, little lady. Pregnant wife. Who's got a pregnant wife? Who got a pregnant wife?
John Marvin.
He's talking about Chris,
Oh.
right, high 61.
But today, like, Buster was having a family reunion in the back. They were all
Really?
shaking hands. Yeah, like. Did the panel see
He must be really messed up.
Did the panel see my Ohio post? No, Rich. Let me see. Rich.
Isn't that where the fire was?
Yeah, I think. Are you talking about the chemicals?
The train.
I don't know why I don't see it. Oh, if you ever watched Justified, the Neil McDonald character was a crooked lawyer doing and selling hillbilly heroin, Oxycontin. Sound familiar? Is that the one you're talking? What do you? I don't know. I don't know. Talk to me, Rich. I don't see your Ohio post.
Oh, right, Rich, I read something on that. Said the residents are scared to go home, a lot of them. I don't blame them.
Oh yeah. Some lady had her stuff tested and wasn't good. And if she didn't have it, if she didn't have it tested, they would have told her it was okay to go home.
I'm telling you, there's something not good about that.
Of course, yeah, of course not. It's not good.
They're saying it has a nuclear.
They had put that in the title, yeah, I saw that.
And one of them is from a collision. Either the Texas one or the Ohio one.
Texas was a collision.
Collision, yes. That could have been done on purpose.
Yeah, the Texas one was a truck.
Yeah.
Oh, a Texas one now too?
Oh, that
It
was
was a Texas
already.
one yesterday or the day before that collided with a train. And there's one in Kissimmee, Florida, at a nursery, not a children's nursery, a plant nursery.
Fertilizer, a bunch of fertilizer, yeah.
Okay. And the one in
Water as thick as molasses with nasty chemicals shown on Instagram viral.
Oh, that's horrible.
Hey.
Scary.
Kiss Me. No, in Ohio, appears to be a wheel bearing in the final stage of overheating failure. So something happened from a wheel bearing, which could have been It could have been messed with.
That caused the train derailment. There was a derailment. It wasn't, but they don't know yet. They haven't confirmed. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's just scary though. It is.
It says a collision with a vehicle on the tracks could cause a train derailment also.
Oh yeah.
Or it could be caused by malfunction of something that could have been set up. They said the worst derailment was caused by a tsunami.
Okay, have a good rest, sleep good.
Who's going to bed?
Oh yeah.
No, stop it.
Everybody sleep well.
I have a.
Hi, Deborah Barron.
Hi, Deborah Barron. I have a.
Hi, Deborah. Nice to see you.
If anybody is considering these little macaroon cases
Mm-hmm.
from Temu, please don't get them
Why?
because they looked real cute in the advertisement. Okay, they were little macaroons, and they said they were cases, and they looked really cute. But I would tell you, they are hard to open. So let's say you have something little in here, right? When you open it, it's probably going to go. Okay, you get it open, then you think, okay. And then there's like a little tab, and you have to put it on here, and you have to, it's a little tiny case, and you have to smash it down right on that thing. So you have to go on there. Now, I got the green one, the mint green one does close. Okay, but it's you got to be careful if you're opening it. Like say, now the yellow one, the same thing, and watch what happens to it. It won't stay closed. Watch. It keeps popping up.
Oh,
See
that
it?
stinks.
So this is my first Temu experience, and I'm not happy with the macaroon cases. Please, I don't recommend them. Then,
You don't like any of it?
oh, I like some of it, but not the macaroon cases. This is going to have a strongly worded letter. And then the other strongly worded letter
How much were they?
is because I did not order beer.
Because you what?
I did not order beer. I ordered a little crate of soda, not
That's
beer.
cute, though.
Okay?
Oh, cute.
And it was supposed to be for like a dollhouse. This is like for a Barbie. Okay? This is not for like a 1 by 112 dollhouse. And then watch this. It also didn't say it was a magnet.
Oh, that's cute.
Cool.
So look at this.
I'll
And
take it
then
if you don't want
the
it.
beer
I'll take
comes out like that.
Oh my God.
And then you have the crate, okay? But
I
I had ordered red, and it looked like Coke soda.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Can we bid on that?
So look at that.
Just write Roots
Beer.
on the top.
We should bid on it. We
And it
should do
says
that.
beer. So that's going to be another strongly worded letter. Oh, and did you know when you do the tin cans and you decoupage them, you could stick magnets on them? Did you know that? When you decoupage the tin cans,
Oh, I haven't done that yet.
look,
What?
Yeah.
you could, like, this magnet is heavy, but look at that.
I really like that though. Don't they?
This is strongly worded letter on this. Oh, you have the same little tin can.
A strongly worded letter though.
Yes.
That's cute.
Yes, a strongly worded letter. And then, like, for the gadget you never thought you needed and you got anyway, this one takes the cake. This is, do you know what this is?
What? What
This
is that?
gadget.
A bag?
Do you know? See, it's a little knife in there. You see the little knife?
No, barely. Is it
Yeah,
the
I
green?
see it. Yep.
Oh yeah. What is that?
What do you think that's a little gadget for?
A
don't
fruit
know.
slicer, a slicer, a peeler.
It is for a kiwi.
Oh, Does it work?
I don't know. I'm gonna try it out.
Do you have one right now?
I do have a kiwi.
I'm for a kiwi. Why do you have to?
You're supposed to put it in there, and then I don't know. It's supposed to do something.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. You don't
So,
like it?
That's a cute little idea.
Okay, and then so what did I think was okay that I got from there? This little case right here for your little
Sounds a little rough.
your little photo cards, your memory cards for your cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Now, I do think, okay, who remembers from the 1980s, 1980s, late 70s, Le Sport Sac? Remember the Le Sport Sacs?
Yeah.
Well, I saw this wallet, Le Sport Sac, and I'm like, what the heck? They have Le Sport Sac wallets? That's weird. I think this is counterfeit.
What is the?
It's the real Le Sport Sac logo.
They used to have the bags that were like metallic.
Yeah,
So
well, yeah, like they had the bags. You all had them in 8th grade, 7th grade, 9th grade, back in the late 70s.
Yeah, they're counterfeit, but that's cool though.
I'm just feeling that this is counterfeit.
Yeah, it is probably, but it's still cool as heck.
But it's really got the real Le Sport Sac logo on it, and I'm feeling like it's counterfeit.
Was it a lot of money?
No.
Was it a lot of...
No, it was like $2.79.
Oh my God! Where did you? Oh
But
my God!
I don't think Le Sport Sac had these rainbow zippers. Like the track of it is rainbow, and I just don't feel like it is. I definitely don't feel like the zipper pulls are Le Sport Sac quality. I don't think they are Le Sport Sac.
Knapsack.
No, they used to have the little purses. I had many of them, Le Sport Sac purses.
Knapsacks too, and then members only jackets.
Well, the knapsacks were the Jan Sports we had. I think I still have my Jan Sport. But yeah, I'm not sure on this, okay? So, not sure on this. And then, what else did I get? But, I mean, it's okay for what I paid for it. It's okay right now. I got a shell bag that was exactly similar to one that I got on Amazon, and I think it was, I don't know, cheaper. So, right now and then I got a few of some kind of ornament things, which were pretty nice. Like these cardinals, and it says, it has the trees, and it says, I'm always with you.
Carolyn, they
We
have
are
a whole
always with
website
you.
of the sports. They have a whole website of the sports act.
Carolyn, what does that say on there?
Okay, you got a choice of 1, 2, or 3 cardinals. Okay, and it says, and it's nice because it's cut out with wood, and it says, we are always with you.
That's cute.
And it is nice, and you have the back that you can personalize, and it has a little ribbon. This was nice. And it's cool, nicely made, and the birds are nicely painted, and it's cut out, and it's very nice.
Yeah, that's cute.
That is nice. Okay, so I'll give props up for that. I also remember my shell bag was, yes, I remember from the Dollar Tree. Yes, I do. And you know that I need an abundance of bags, so sometimes I leave my shells in there for the duration of the trip.
I have 4 of them I'm going to bring this time, but I'm not going to even need most
What did you
of
say?
them.
What'd you say?
I have 4, remember?
You have 4 shell bags?
Correct. Remember Lexi and I each had 2?
Okay, and then always with you.
Oh,
This
I like
one was
that.
with butterflies and cattails. This one was nice. And then this one. So I like these.
Let's see.
This one says, a hug sent from heaven found, what does it say?
I like
Found
it.
deep inside to always remind you I am by your side.
Very pretty.
So those were nice. All right, so those I'm happy with. I'll show you something else that I'm happy with.
I Where'd you say these came from?
Temu.
Emu?
Temu.
Emu.
Emu?
Temu. Temu.
EMU.
Okay, now.
Oh.
There was something else I was happy with, and I was going to show you what it was I happy with that I was going to show you. Hold on, I just had it in my head.
Yeah, Tiffany and Company used to make items and weapons for Civil War soldiers and officers. That's how far back they go, said I-60.
I got this,
That is amazing.
which I think is cute. It says, Love Beyond Measure, and it's very nice. You see this Love Beyond Measure? And on the back it says Love Beyond Measure, and you know what it is?
Heat measure.
Yeah. And it's when you squeeze it and it goes back in.
Ouch you.
And Linda's like, keep that in the car in case you have to measure furniture. I'm like, I'm not keeping that in my car. She's so bossy sometimes, you know?
Bossy.
She is. She's bossy.
Oh, excuse me.
Bossy Linda. Okay, so.
You have a good
love
night.
you, Linda. And then,
Oh.
okay, get you something. Then I got these because I'm going to do these little, you know, those little cloche things, and I'm going to put the grass and put little vignettes in there. Vignettes in
Carolyn
there.
said good night too, Emmy.
Oh, stop, Emmy. They're just getting something to eat. So I got little mushrooms, and I got a bunch of little stuff that I kind of like. And Linda was getting a little jealous of some of my stuff because she didn't see it, and she orders from here. And she's like, did you put in miniatures when you went there? And I'm like, yeah. So I got these little houses because these are going to go toadstool houses, like. I know.
Oh, yeah.
And
Where
then
are you putting them?
I'm going to make little vignettes in these onto the cloche thing that I was going to do last year. And then I ordered these monkeys. I didn't think they were going to be as big,
How cute. That's adorable.
but there's like a set of like 6 monkeys. And they were like 89 cents for all those monkeys. And then there's these little deer that are going to go in the vignettes.
Cute.
Yes. And then I've got a bunch of yellow ducks. I have an abundance of the yellow ducks. I seem to have ordered too many, but then I finally found these flowers. These are in my like original dollhouse when I was a kid, and I'm going to use those for that other dollhouse I'm making. And I have like 2 sets of those, some more of those little houses, more of those. But I'll show you what Linda was jealous of. She was jealous of the tiny little laughing cow cheeses.
Oh, those are adorable.
And then I got these little angels because these are going to go on the oyster shells that I do. They're angel little pearl things.
Cute. So you're going to use all these in a dollhouse, basically?
Yeah, I'm going to do
All
those.
your
You know those
stuff.
little dome things that I was going to do last year? And these little chicks. Those little dome things. I've got an abundance of ducks though. Quite an
The
abundance.
bottom that screws off of the,
What?
the bottom screw off of the dome thing?
Yeah. And then I'm gonna put.
Okay.
I have the green grassy stuff that I'm gonna put. But I thought I had bunnies, and I have to order my bunnies. But I have monkeys, and I didn't realize my monkeys were so big. Oh, and then I got my tiny violin.
I used to have a tiny Kirby,
Really?
little tiny one. Yeah. It's around here somewhere.
Oh, one-eye blind arts.
Oh, and then I got this little selfie stick from when we go on vacation because it's got a chargeable little light to use the phone. I know I'm going to bring my DJI this time, but it has got a little light, and it's got, so if you're using your phone, so if we're using the phone, and then you can take this and put this on the counter. See?
Oh, okay, for your videos.
But I have the DJI that holds my phone like this, and it automatically turns and everything, and it keeps your phone stable. But this is like when we're in the house and we're doing the confessionals for the members, for the sergeants and the VIPs. We're going to do the confessionals every night about who's driving us crazy and everything. You know, 'cause,
real.
you know, all those knockdown, drag out fights we have. We're going to go like on TLC where they go and sit in that couch and they all tell their little story.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be on the VIP level.
Awesome.
Don't worry, Al. Don't worry, Al.
Oh, I worry about everything. What's going on?
No worries. Your grandfather, top turning point engineer with
Video reels. Scooter hardly shares her crafts often anymore. Starting to think she has a whole black
Video
mark
reel?
for her crafts. Seems fishy.
Video reel? Come on the panel, video reel.
And then I got, you know, Sharon got all excited over my foldable scissors.
She loves scissors.
I know, but she didn't know where I got my foldable scissors. I thought for sure Sharon had seen foldable scissors. They had three different sizes.
Video reel, you want to see my roses in my vase that Dave gave me and I made?
Oh, here. These little foldable scissors. You can keep them
I
in
see
purse and
those.
be ready for an emergency.
I have glasses that big, you know, foldable.
Yeah.
glasses.
Those are cute.
Yeah, they're cute.
Look at that. Oh my God. Scooter, look what Scooter's got too.
Carolyn?
Those are real roses.
Yes. But
Oh, I thought you said you made the roses.
No, I said the vase, you know, this isn't really a
made
vase,
the
you
vase.
know.
I know it's not really a vase.
Can you move it over just a little bit toward your right? Yes, ma'am. And up a little bit, please.
That's one.
Up a little bit, straight up.
That's one. Of that's one of my
over-
napkins, isn't it?
Over to the left.
That's
to
one
the
of my
left.
tulip napkins, isn't it?
Stop. Okay, right there. Okay, up a little more.
So pretty.
Over to the left. Right. Oh, it has to be right in front of your face for us to see it. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not joking.
How about that?
That's
Beautiful.
Up further.
Hold it up. Hold it up, Scooter, so we can see it.
Hi, when I blend art, you're working on an architectural painting. Cool.
I'm kidding you. I'm not being silly. It's
Can you see it
beautiful.
now?
But put it up a little bit. Up. Yes. Put it up in the air.
And you-
There. Right there. Over a little bit. Toward your, yep. Right there.
Carolyn, Civil
That's
War
beautiful.
soldiers had those type of folding scissors during the war. That's how far those go back. Really?
And
Wow,
those
that's
are
interesting.
beautiful, though.
I love them.
I
Yeah,
know
they
because
both
I think my
bring
mother
power.
had those high like a long time ago as well. So they're not really anything new, but they're still useful.
That's because my man loves me. And
That isn't that my napkin?
I got a beautiful, yes, it is your napkin. And I got a beautiful card and candy.
Oh, Scooter. That's so nice.
Because he's a good man.
My hubs made me cinnamon rolls.
What, Sharon?
That's Carolyn.
What, Carolyn?
I said my husband made cinnamon rolls that he thought he was making the
I saw
cinnamon
those
coffee
look
cake, and he
so
made the
good.
cinnamon rolls, which were good. And I don't usually eat cinnamon rolls. Oh,
That was so thoughtful. They're my favorite.
and then I got a little fire
Oh,
to go on one of my
Carolyn.
vignettes.
Oh, I
That's
love
sweet,
that.
yeah.
61 said that.
that's on
Yeah, I
TV
saw that. Yes, that's on Temu.
because my granddaughters want to go camping with a fire.
Oh, a little fire.
Their Barbies to go camping.
Oh, they can go camping by that fire.
Yeah.
He is video real. He's a good guy. High 61 said that Civil War soldiers.
Yes, I just read that. I know.
Oh,
What?
The Civil War soldiers had those types of folding scissors.
Oh.
High 61 is a Civil War aficionado. For anybody that doesn't know,
Right.
He is. No.
he does those reenactments and everything.
Mm-hmm. something else I did get. Oh, and then I went to the Bahamas today on my bike ride.
Nice.
Scooter's like, why do you sound so excited? She goes, you sound so excited. I said, Scooter, I'm riding my bike. Oh, okay.
You sounded like you were so, I don't know, so shook up.
I was breathing heavy because I was pedaling and standing up and riding. And she's like, you sound like, I'm riding my bike, Scooter.
What is wrong?
What holiday is Monday? President's Day?
No,
Martin Luther King Jr. Day?
No, we've already had that.
that was January.
It's President's Day, isn't it?
I don't know, Al.
On
That's what
Sunday
I
or
think
Monday?
I
Maybe
think it's
Monday.
President's Day.
On Monday?
I think, or Martin Luther King Jr.
No,
Day.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day was already done in
I think
January.
you're right.
That's so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm reading The Violinist of Auschwitz right now. I can imagine her trying to play that.
President's Day. President's Day, I
President's
suppose.
Day, yes, it is President's Day.
He's been
Been to Gettysburg. So have I. I've been to Gettysburg.
I've been there too.
Go bye.
And Washington, D.C.
So have I.
Really? He was 11 when he started, Carolyn.
Washington, D.C.
Hi, Julie W. President's Day,
Julie
she says.
W.
I've never been to Washington, D.C.
Maybe right after the stream, Al, sweetheart, promise.
I always think of a frozen Polish sausage.
What? When you think,
Kielbasa.
what makes you think of a frozen? Good night, Barb. Feel better.
Washington, D.C. from our trip.
That makes you think
Went
of.
there with the steel mill
Oh,
on buses when they were doing something with
Luke.
the mill.
Luke has a class trip there in May.
Yes, we all took these buses and when we got up there, there was when they pulled the buses there was only one place that was open right at that moment, some street thing.
You know what you missed the other night, Scooter?
What?
My daughter came on, gave an apartment tour
I heard
and
you
cat
say
thing.
that.
You missed it.
I have seen her cat.
Yeah,
And
but
I
you didn't not like this.
Well, I'm sorry.
You would have seen the tea
Yes,
cabinet, the antique tea
talked to
cabinet. You would have seen the cat tree, the cat on that
They
ottoman. You
told
would have.
me.
Well,
Were they eating these sausages on the bus or something?
No, I bought one, Nicole.
Oh, what
why
are
was
they?
it frozen? Who wants a
Because it
frozen?
wasn't cooked all the way.
Ew, that's
Ew.
horrible. Did you get sick to your
Ew.
stomach?
I was so hungry I didn't care. I
Did
ate.
Ew. Did you get sick to your stomach?
Not that I.
Oh my God. Why did you eat that?
Uncut pork could kill you, give you trichinosis.
Dear God. Perished.
Oh my gosh, that could make
That
you
could
die.
kill you.
It was good. It had mustard. It was on a soft bun.
Mess around.
A little frozen in the middle.
That was the one thing that I'm glad. Maybe Folly Beach is going to be different because remember in Edisto we went to that seafood place and we ate on the marina and it was windy and then I felt like our food was getting cold right away and I didn't know whether the scallops were cooked or not because they were cold. It's weird because they had gotten cold, so you're like oh my gosh, and then you're like well they're good, I'm going to eat them anyway, but maybe I don't want to be like sick later. But
You know
the food didn't stay hot.
You know what? The scallops. Okay, I'd have eaten those anyway.
I did. We did. But I just want to go somewhere where the food can stay warm. So maybe on Folly Beach.
I used to like scallops when I was a kid, but I don't like them anymore.
Why?
I don't know. I love every other kind of seafood, but scallops, I don't know, man.
Oh my God! Did you see what High 61 said in the chat?
Hi, Julianne.
Could give you worms too, I believe.
Ugh.
Well, this was like 10 years ago, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, we're
I
okay.
thought it was when you were a little kid.
No, I said with Dave's Mill, we were all
Oh, I'm
going-
sorry. I wasn't listening, I guess.
We were protesting.
Where's then?
You know, how they were doing things with
Leslie Romani, how are you?
Leslie, I was just gonna say something to you.
Oh, yeah, right.
I was gonna say I miss you so much.
Oh, before you even saw her?
Yes, Carolyn, I swear to God.
Yeah, okay. Before you even saw her name?
Yes.
Leslie.
Leslie, I swear, I really, truly was.
All right.
Juliet's wondering where Linda was?
I just said, I don't know. I think she got upset about the Laughing Cow cheese and stormed out of here.
What?
She's like, what? I didn't know about the Laughing Cow mini cheese and I am pissed.
Really? Did you say that?
She slammed the door to the Zoom and we haven't seen her. No, I think Linda's probably just sleeping.
The door to the Zoom.
She's sleeping.
With it, Carolyn.
What?
You should have kept going with it.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
She's cussing up a storm right now.
Linda's fine. She's her bossy self. She told me to keep my tape measure in my car.
Oh my gosh, that's
Bossy.
hard to hear. That's hard to hear.
Yeah. What if I want to keep it in my house? Nope, keep it in the car.
No.
No, but I want to keep it in. No. And then when we're on vacation, I'll find a piece of furniture and I'll be like, I really wish I knew what that was. And then she'll go, if you had only kept the tape measure I told you in the car.
Oh my goodness. That's funny. I'll be right back.
That'll happen, you watch.
I know.
You'll be going, I know I had it. Linda, you see? I told her.
I told you. You never listen to me. You always say I'm a bossy person. I know what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh. That's gonna happen, you guys. Watch.
I know.
Make sure you guys live stream so I can see everything.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, Linda, don't be mad. We're just joking.
Where's she mad?
Right there in the chat.
I don't see her.
Yeah, she's there.
I don't see her in there.
Okay, it would be at, let's see, that was 2:43 your time. It's
Really?
1:43.
Is she really?
Yeah,
No, she's not.
she will be. You watch. Leslie.
Where's Ann Bradley been? Ann Bradley, where have you been?
I will, and one eye I will.
Oh, Carol Lucy came into the Zoom today.
That's what I heard. How's she
Yes.
doing?
Carol Lucy's doing good. She's back in Spain.
She's back insane.
In Spain.
Oh.
She's
what's
been
she
on holiday
doing?
for a long time. She was already there a month and she came back to Ireland and it was I think she said freezing cold and she couldn't take it and she hightailed it right back to Spain.
Well, I don't blame her.
She had a very nice young man sitting by her and she was having a good time.
She met a nice man, you said?
No, I don't know, she was just talking to him. She was in some, where was she? Like in some
Isn't
cafe?
she
or something?
married though? Why is she?
No, she's not. No, she's not
somebody
married.
else?
She's not married. Her husband passed away years ago. Like,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
no, but she was just, I don't know, sitting by her. Who's
That's
on a plane?
nice.
No, she's not on a plane, Julianne. She's already back there. No, I don't think she. Yeah, I don't know how she got to Spain. I guess on a plane, but she was already back.
Spain on a plane. Yeah, where is Annie B?
Annie B.
Carolyn.
I don't know. Where is Annie B? Annie B. She was here last week.
What?
Last week.
The one time I wasn't here, probably.
She was here last week.
Oh, wow, Rich, really? Okay, yeah,
Been to
girls,
Huntington
have a good
Beach.
rest.
Calico Ghost Town, Spring Valley Ranch. First they took the authentic flags away and then they wouldn't let us purchase event insurance. Event insurance, really?
Are you gonna do any games or anything?
Let's see, I don't know. Let's see what would they always want to, I'm tired of playing
What are we gonna do?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure yet.
There might be a game, but I'm not sure.
You were just rhythmic tapping? Oh, you do that to get, is that to get yourself relaxed?
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. That's good, Julianne. That's fine. Some people like that.
Rhyming.
Tapping.
Tapping. Rapping, she said. Rapping. Rhyming, rapping.
It's just rhyme. Right, it's just rhyming.
Why did I think she said tapping?
It's R-A, not T-A. Rhyming, rapping. My fair lady quote, she said. The rain in Spain falls gently on the plain. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Two roads diverge. On a mountain in New York.
Okay, listen to this one now. I feel like this is entirely ridiculous. I live with my roommate, Matt. We used to be pretty close friends, but over the last 2 years of living with him, we've drifted apart, and I'm just waiting for our lease to move out of my own. Matt's girlfriend, Sarah, pretty much lives with us despite not paying rent. I won't lie, she annoys me to no end. She's an entitled airhead who thinks the world revolves around her. Anyway, Sarah has a condition where she gets nauseous at the slightest smell and sight of certain foods. She's an incredibly picky eater, and anything outside of corn dogs or chicken tenders makes her nauseous, according to her. Well, unfortunately for her, I like to cook. I love heavily spiced foods and love to cook Asian-style dishes, so living with a toddler who can't stand the smell really sucks. Sarah has always complained about me cooking smelly foods and has asked me to stop or do it when she's not home. Considering she doesn't pay rent and spends 18 hours a day at my home, I have not accommodated her at all. Last night, Sarah and Matt sat me down and told me I need to stop cooking because Sarah cannot stand it anymore. Apparently, she had a mental breakdown last week when I was cooking curry. She claims I was making our apartment a hostile environment by ignoring her concerns. I told both of them to piss off until Sarah starts paying her share of the rent. Matt said that because he lives here, his opinion matters as well, and he wants me to stop. I told him no to that because he's only doing it because Sarah's being a baby. We ended up having a massive argument, and neither of them is talking to me and staying at Sarah's mom's house right now. I say good riddance. At least I did until I told the story to my coworkers and they were all shocked. They say I'm being a complete a-hole. Now this has given me second thoughts on if I was the a-hole in the fight we had. So is he the a-hole, yes or no? Yes or no? Sounds like my ex married who's Sarah. That would be weird.
I agree with Julie W.
She's an entitled brat. That's what I say.
It's kind of weird, like, yeah.
That's what I say. She doesn't pay rent. This person pays rent. No, we're doing yes or no, Kevin. No one or twos. We don't know what one means.
One is yes.
So Julie's the only one that's answered with a real answer.
Right, Kevin, say yes or no and then give a paragraph. as to why you think so.
Say yes or no. Why isn't anybody answering?
Oh,
He
he
thinks
says
the guy
yes.
is the a-hole. Why, Kevin? Why do you think he's the a-hole?
I say no.
I don't think he is. Nicole says no, he's not the a-hole. I say no, he's not the a-hole.
I say no.
Oh, he's not.
You say yes. I say no. You say
Please explain with a paragraph as to how you came to your conclusion
yes.
of yes or no.
Since you're in the minority. I
Don't you-
voted girl is the a-hole. Oh, okay.
Okay, so, okay. I get it. I get you.
Oh, sorry, Rich.
Oh, no.
What happened, Rich?
My girlfriend went to all the events, including Gettysburg 75. She would create authentic clothing and ball gowns, as well as running the Period Gen merch store on the site. Diana Andriola was her name. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Rich. I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry, Rich. Okay. My 36-year-old daughter Leah is a teen mom. My daughter got wait. I'm trying to figure this out. Hold on a minute. Because these ages are not making sense.
She was, but she isn't now, correct?
Wait. Now I'm trying to figure this out now because something is not right. I'm not going to read the ages first because it seems weird. My daughter Leah is a teen mom. My daughter got pregnant at 14. It was very shocking news, but we found out very early on, and she took some measures. A few months later, she got pregnant again, and I couldn't handle the situation very well. But having her aunt talk to her about what she was planning to do, she decided to keep the baby, which I'll admit I was very happy to hear, and I told her she'll have to be responsible about the consequences. Of course, as a mother, I couldn't have her work and distract herself from school. I didn't want her to miss out on her childhood, so I had to work evening night shifts to care for my granddaughter while Leah was in school. I realized that Leah has been taking advantage of my situation and making me cancel plans so I can babysit for her. I overheard her making plans for Valentine's Day 2 weeks ahead on the phone with someone saying, "My mom will do it. She has no life anyways," and laughing afterwards. Being a single mom and having to work multiple jobs is hard enough, but since she gave birth to her daughter, I haven't gone out to any party. I've canceled many weekend gatherings so that my daughter can go and hang out with her friends, and if I did go, I'd always have my granddaughter with me. And for her to laugh about my situation like that really angered me. That same day, I was asked by a guy I've been seeing to accompany him on Valentine's Day, and I was hesitant, but I didn't want to miss the chance. He's a really nice guy. I haven't been on a date for almost 6 years, and it wouldn't hurt to give my daughter a taste of motherhood when she least expects it. I told my daughter that I got asked out for Valentine's. And she was very happy at first, but then asked if I was going to take her daughter with me. And I said, obviously not, and she'll have to cancel plans for a day. I didn't expect her reaction to be so extreme. She cried, she screamed, and she told me I was being selfish and that I was letting her miss out on her date just because I thought a guy was interested in me. The argument did not end well. I stood my ground and I went to that date. And she had to cancel plans. But she's still really mad about it, and she has been ignoring me. I love my daughter, and I wouldn't want her to miss anything, but I wanted her to learn a lesson and be responsible. My sister agrees with me, but my friend told me I should have done it on a normal day, not Valentine's Day. And does my approach make me an a-hole?
No.
Okay, yes or no?
No.
God.
For the
no.
mother. Yes or no for the mother?
No. Oh my God. That's
And
crazy.
for reference, she's 36 years old and her daughter's
Oh
17.
my God.
Yeah.
That's inappropriate.
What Julie W. said, I totally agree. Her.
Another entitled brat.
Yeah, what the hell? Another snowflake.
Okay.
Really? Oh my God. You're silly.
It's the truth.
You're so silly.
No, it's the truth. Right, Julie W., you get to our age and yeah, we know what's happening.
I know. I agree.
Okay, here's another one. I'm 29 years old, a female. I've been married to my husband who's 30 for 9 years. I'm a stay-at-home mom with 4 beautiful children, 8, 6, 4, and 2. My husband makes $150K a year, but decides where every dollar and cent goes. 50% goes to day-to-day expenses, 25% goes to the children's education savings, 10% to family savings, 7.5% to his personal spending, and 7.5% to my personal spending. Any bonus he makes or money back from taxes goes immediately into retirement. Doing it this way leaves us no money for vacations or big trips. Since we got married and moved in with each other, I have been completely responsible for all the shopping, whether it is clothes, groceries, furniture, or whatever else. I learned very early on with the help of my mom how to click coupons, how to use point cards to their maximum potential. I usually get 2 to 3 different reward points and save 10 to 25% per transaction. My husband only knew about the coupon clipping, not the reward points. For the past 5 years, I have been going on a girls' trip with my family every year. I have been telling my husband that my sisters, sister-in-laws, mom, and grandma have been paying for me to go since I can't afford it. But in reality, I have been using the rewards points to pay for the ticket, using rewards to pay for our groceries, and using my difference to pay off my credit card so I'm able to go on the trip. This year, my brother's brother-in-law's father and grandfather decided to go on their own boys' trip, and they invited my husband. My husband told them unless they can help him as the girls help me, he would have to decline the invite. My brother responded to him, What do you mean? She says, you pay for her to go. My husband confronted me about the situation, and I confessed to him what I've been doing. He was extremely hurt, saying that with all these points, we could have done a lot more as a family rather than one person hoarding them all to themselves. And if I set him up with his own credit cards to get even more points, it would have been a lot easier for us to do big family vacations. My entire family has been calling me selfish and a jerk for not being more open about the points. But I feel that I work very hard to get the point levels I have gotten to, and making them more open for use would burn through them quickly and not allow them to be used for bigger things. Am I the a-hole?
No.
Oh,
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. She wasn't exactly honest.
Well, from what my
No.
calculations are, if I am correct, which I may have made a mistake, he makes $150,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving her $1,750 a year or something like that for her fun. For
That's
making
it?
$150,000 a year, giving her 1,750. That is not enough to give her for
I
a
believe
year.
she got 7.5%, right? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
7.5. Okay, wait a minute. I think I did it wrong. Let's see how much he gives her. 7.5. Hold on.
That's bull.
I don't think she was an a-hole.
No.
She lied though all these years and been going on this trip.
Because she's trying to, like, run,
But
help the family, though. She's trying to.
then why couldn't she be honest?
Yes, $1,125 a year she's getting.
Why couldn't she be honest?
Well, she should have been honest, but I don't think she's the a-hole. I don't.
No, I don't either. He seems like he's like really money, like that. You can have
Like
this,
sensible. Yeah, sensible.
like throwing her crumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's got to live by his dictatorship.
Mhm.
That's financial abuse.
He should have been handling it then if it bothers him so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mary
He's
Warren
cheating.
says his budgeting was fair, she lied.
That's called financial abuse.
Well, I'm sticking with Mike.
What do you think?
Is he out?
I don't think she is. No, I don't think she is the a-hole.
No.
Don't.
I think she lied to him and she was not honest.
Wait. Okay, so I guess I didn't hear that.
Every girl.
What did she lie about now?
That she's been using the points for a vacation every year, telling him that her parents and her sisters are helping to pay for it. But meanwhile, she's been stacking up the points and using them, and he's never gone on a trip where he's taken the points. And then she lied to him, and then her brothers and brother-in-law and stuff invited him on a boys' trip, and he said, well, the only way I can go is if you guys can pay for this for me. And then they're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, you pay for her trip every year. And then he's like, they don't pay for her trip.
Wait. So this trip that she's doing with the points, isn't he with her on that?
No! She goes
okay.
off on her own
Oh, I didn't know
with
that.
with her family.
I missed that part. Yes, she's the
He's
a-hole.
being
then.
a total meanie
I
by not
didn't know
letting
that.
her go on a trip with her mother and her sister. That's totally mean. He should let her do that with money. If he's being stingy and not letting her take a trip with her mother and sister, that's wrong. If she has to sneak to do that, more power to her.
Well, yeah.
Tell us how you really feel.
But I really thought she was doing this as a family thing.
No.
Like 18 and they
No.
all went.
That is a family thing. It's her family.
No, it was just for her, but it was just for her.
Husband and wife.
Not the
husband
4
and wife.
children and not her husband, just for her.
No,
and she's
it's her
not,
mother
and there's
and her
nothing
sister.
wrong. There is nothing wrong if she wants to go on a girls' trip, but she wasn't
No.
honest.
Why
If
she
she
lied?
more power to her.
Why couldn't she be honest?
Because he won't
Yeah,
let
that's
her.
true. I would have to be honest about it.
I wouldn't be
He won't let
married
her
to
be
somebody like
honest.
that.
He won't let her be honest about it. He's gonna say no.
Then why does she continue to be married to him then? If it's such an, I mean, like, I don't understand why
More
people.
kids. She doesn't want to leave her kids and get divorced. She doesn't want them to come from a broken home, maybe. Because of a stupid vacation. She may love him, but she doesn't want a divorce, but she wants to go on a trip with her mother and her sister. What's the big deal?
I don't know. The lying though, you shouldn't lie. Nobody should lie. I don't know.
Everybody lies. Everybody lies. Once in a while.
Well, yeah, little white lies, but
That's a little white lie.
I would feel funny if I was doing that, to Dave. I really would, because, yeah, I didn't realize it. I heard wrong, so.
It's
I would
once a
feel very-
year. It's a
I
little
couldn't
white
do
lie.
it, though, Elle. I could not do that. I
I don't
could
think
not.
you could do. I don't think it's a big
Really?
deal.
You don't think so?
No, I think she should be able to go on vacation with her mother and her sister.
Well, yeah.
If he's making $150,000 a year, I think
Mhm.
he's not giving her enough money.
But he's
I mean-
giving himself the same amount of spending money.
Well, he probably does lunches and he gets business expenses. If he's making $150,000 a year, he probably gets to go out with the guys for lunch, goes out for a drink after work. I'm sure she does nothing like that. She's home raising the kids. She just wants to go away with her mother and her sister. I really think she should be allowed to do that. That's all I'm saying. He should let her do that. If he's making $150,000 a year, he does a lot more than goes home after work every night.
ME says that finances are a family thing. No lies when it comes to family. And that's what the chat's. I'm just reading the chat.
Julie W. Yeah. She says, if is that story true?
Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Leslie.
Okay, so everyone's against me. I'm wrong.
No, not everybody.
No, you got to stand
No,
your ground.
no.
Stand your ground. If you don't,
Well,
if that's
stand
the way
your
you
ground.
feel,
That's
then
how
just
you
let's
feel.
say that's the way you feel. Then
I'll
that's
come
it.
right on with you, even though I don't.
You
I'll be
said
on your side.
I
Julie?
guess because I was treated with financial abuse, and
Yeah.
my husband, well, he made a real lot of money, and I had no idea how much money he made.
Oh,
And I
wow.
was treated in secret, and
Really?
the money, oh my gosh, I never knew he was even an M word. And he was a multi-M word, and I didn't even know he was an M word.
How did you not know, Al?
He never told me.
You
I
never,
had an
you never
idea
looked
we
at
had-
the bank accounts or anything?
No, when he used to sign I had to sign the taxes, he covered over the amount with his hand of how much he made.
Really?
I didn't know.
You really had no
I
idea?
swear on everything that is
But
secret
didn't
to
you
me.
know by the lifestyle you were living that he must be making very good money?
I did, but he didn't make us live that kind of lifestyle. We lived we lived under our means, and he never gave me the money that I should have been given, ever.
Oh, wow.
People are like that. Some people do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's very controlling. That's a very controlling person to do that.
Because he knew,
and-
if I knew he had that much money, he'd be afraid that I would leave him to get half.
Every situation is different. Yeah, I agree. Julie W. agrees with you. She says that she needs Julianne Gonzalez says she has 4 kids. She needs a break. And then Julie W. says that, she agrees with you as well. I wonder how much does he contribute to the retirement? She was asking. Yeah, is that story true? How tacky for him to ask others to pay his way.
That is very tacky.
She agrees. Yeah, there are people that agree, and there's people that, Mary Warren.
Okay, well, here's
So-
another husband and wife thing. Okay, I'm at a complete loss right now. Somebody tell me this is crazy. My husband, who's 28, has always been a specific person. He sets things a certain way. He does things a certain way. It's just all planned out. It rarely caused issues. I even found it kind of cute. But we've hit a point of contention with our kitchen. He likes things to be in certain cupboards, which is fine. Whatever, everyone has preferences, but he's effing absurd about it. After I'm done with dishes, he'll come behind me and move everything from where I put it. Sometimes he'll take several hours to pull everything out just to put it back someplace else. At this point, I feel like he's just doing it to piss me off. And yesterday, I came home from work to the kitchen being torn apart for the 5th time this effing week. I don't know what's come over me, but I was done. I took everything, and I just threw them into random cupboards. I threw half of it away. I demanded he told me what the effing deal was. He completely freaked out. He burst into tears. He could not even talk to me like an adult. Practically acted like I'd started the house on fire. I said he was being pathetic, and we argued until he got his things and went to stay in a hotel in town. The entire situation is ridiculous. He's more concerned about the effing dishes than our marriage. If he's doing this on purpose, I just don't get it. Now he won't even answer my calls. Maybe I was too harsh, but it's my house too. I don't get why he won't let it go. Am I the a-hole?
No.
No.
This is not a marriage. Come on, people.
No.
This is
Something
worse than the
really wrong
Hercules
here.
dishes.
This is not about dishes.
There's one of two things. One, he needs a psychiatrist because he's so OCD that it's taken over his life. Or B, he doesn't love her and he wants her to break up with him and he's making her do the dirty work.
That's really weird. He's a weirdo.
He's the a-hole.
Okay, here's another one, husband and wife. This is good.
Yeah.
Wait,
My
what
wife-
does everyone else think?
Oh yeah, what is it? Tell me.
No. Yeah.
My wife is 30 and I'm a 31-year-old male. We've been married for 7 years. I decided to go on a last-minute work trip, which caused me to have to book flights, hotel, etc. late at night and then fly out the next day. I needed new work slacks for the trip since I've been primarily working from home in my current company. So we had to make a late-night run to the local Walmart to get a few pairs. We also got some button-up shirts. When we got home, I had stuff to finish up with the planning, so I asked my wife to wash my new clothes so that my shirts weren't so wrinkly. I handed her the shirts to wash separately and put the pants in the dirty laundry. While they washed, she packed my suitcase and then added the shirts when they were done. When it came time to leave, I verified everything was packed by asking her if she packed my pants. She said yes. Cue to late the next night when I arrive at my hotel, and my slacks aren't in there, only my brown khakis and gray khakis. I call her pretty upset, asking where my slacks were. She got defensive and told me she thought she packed all the clothes I had laid out on the bed besides the stuff to be washed, and told me they should be in there. I made her check the laundry room to be sure, and she looked around the whole house before finding them in the bedroom laundry basket unwashed. I repeated a few times how I was frustrated that she hadn't packed them, but had told me that she did. She said she didn't realize by pants I meant my slacks, and that she was busy trying to do other stuff and just had a memory of packing some pants with all the other things that I had laid out. She also said it was unreasonable for me to be upset with her when they were my pants, and she didn't think she was expected to do a whole second load of laundry at midnight. In the end, she attempted to make me feel better by saying that it would be okay and my work would understand that sometimes things get a bit hectic with packing and traveling last minute, and I can buy more in the evening, hopefully. I felt kind of bad because I could tell she was frustrated with me for blaming her, but in my defense, I did ask her if she packed everything. Am I the a-hole?
Yes.
I spaced off, I'm sorry.
Am I the a-hole?
Yes. Anyone else?
I'm trying to see.
I don't know what happened. I was,
Oh my gosh, you spaced out.
I,
What does
it
what
was
does,
too long for me.
oh my gosh.
I did my grocery order. I don't hate me. I was
Yes,
doing.
everybody says yes, yes,
I
yes,
just-
yes,
so-
yes.
He expects too much from her. It's like he's a child.
How long were you married now?
I've got to say, I had people do everything for me.
Well, apparently,
For
listen,
him.
they thought he was the a-hole because he said, I accept that I'm the a-hole. I apologized to my wife. She responded graciously, told me she knows that a lot of it was just my stress from traveling and worrying about work. We're all good now, and I promise to do better in the future. Thanks to everyone who engaged with me civilly in the comments. I showed my wife the post, and she wants to say that she's a little surprised at how angry everyone else was. She says she was frustrated, but she knew it's not a pattern, especially some individual messages that very angry people decided to send to me. My wife forgot to pack my slacks. Okay, let's see now.
Oh, so he was forgiving about it and he didn't put up a fight?
No, he knew he was being the a-hole, so he's okay.
Oh, okay, then he's okay then.
That's
What
good.
is what does the chat say?
The chat says
But he was,
pack
yeah.
your. Yes. Pack yourself. Do it yourself, man. That's what
Yeah, I
everybody
thought
said.
he was. Yeah, it was late at night, and he was expecting her to pack, do the laundry, make sure everything was there for him. God knows what else he was making her do.
I know.
Okay, here is another one, okay? I'm 45, and I have been married to my husband who's 56 since I was 18. I have a son, 27, and a daughter, 22. We are not rich, but decently well off. We also plan for our son to study abroad in a Western country for university since he was a child, and this is expensive due to the high international tuition fees. This went as planned for my son. However, ever since I got a laptop and phone with internet, I have used it to learn new things on my own from sources like MIT courseware and YouTube. And I really wanted my daughter to be an educated woman. I also stopped believing in my religion while my husband is devout. I pretend to be religious and follow our customs for the sake of our marriage. I only have a high school level education. The plan for my daughter was to find a boy from a nice family for her to marry and not to go to university or to go to a local one if she wanted. I convinced my husband that these days boys from good families want an educated woman for status reasons, even if she does not work, and that if our daughter had a Western degree, she could marry into an elite family. It worked, and he paid for her to attend a top university, which she got into, which is actually better than the one my son went to. My daughter, after leaving, also confided to me that she does not believe in our religion anymore and started living a different lifestyle, one I can never have. She recently graduated, got a work visa, and stayed in the Western country and has a good job there. My husband got really angry when he heard and is feeling really cheated and blames me as I persuaded him to pay for her education and let her go. He even found a picture of her online in a university competition she did where she won a prize and posed for a picture without a head covering. I am feeling a little guilty since it is his money that let her go to the university, and now we may not get to see her again. Am I the a-hole?
No.
No. No. Does she have a crystal ball?
I don't know. Can't answer that.
I only heard a part of it. Sorry, guys.
Oh my gosh.
I listened to that. I listened to it very carefully while doing my grocery order.
I'm doing Candy Crush.
Oh, there's a really nice high.
Level 758.
Nice.
I bet you the daughter's happy. And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Pioneer cheese board, Pioneer Woman cheese board, and it looks really cute. I'm looking at it.
Are you on the Walmart site?
Yeah, they have they have a 4-piece stainless steel set that's really cute. Really cute.
And
Kevin would say you shouldn't be shopping.
Seems like the mother wanted the daughter to be happy.
I think so.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't, you know?
Okay, here we go. Here's one. Okay, now. My friend, let's call her Sarah. Gosh, the other girl was Sarah, too. Sarah's getting like Karen. 22, female, and I went to school together, but only started hanging out when we went to uni together. She had a you hate that? She had a long-distance boyfriend who she was dating for about 2 years, but they broke up mutually in 2021. She was really depressed after the breakup, and I tried my best to support her during that time, even though I didn't understand why she was so dramatic about it, since I'm asexual and they weren't serious for a long time. I realized after a while that Sarah would do anything to bring up her breakup. She would randomly on days just start crying or get depressed about the breakup if we're talking about any anxieties I had. I realized I couldn't get a word in, and her affections and feelings towards her ex-boyfriend got more and more dramatic each time. She would sometimes complain and curse his new girlfriend, even though she was hooking with a mutual friend of ours. And I told her I didn't appreciate it because she nor I knew his girlfriend. I started wanting to hang out less and less with her because she would talk about him and I would just sit there feeling drained after she left. Last week, Sarah came over for a visit unexpectedly. And she stayed for several hours until 11 p.m., even though I told her I needed to call my parents to discuss something emotional and serious. But she took it as an opportunity to talk about her ex again, which I listened to silently. After that, she even called her friend and spoke to them for 40 minutes, which I found incredibly rude. I left the room, I called my parents, after which I was emotional and even cried a little. When I returned to the room, Sarah was off the phone, so I asked her when she would be leaving because I was feeling tired. She said soon and continued to stay to try to talk about her ex. But I was not in the mood for it. So I told her that she needed to let it go because it's been close to 3 years and she's emotionally exhausting me. And I told her that she needed to leave. I feel bad for saying that and kicking her out. And Sarah texted me saying that I should feel bad since her ex is still a sore subject. My other friends say I was in the wrong and I should apologize, but I don't think I should be the only one apologizing. Am I the a-hole?
No.
I mean, come on, 3 years
Good
of
night,
that?
Rich and Oliver. Have a good rest, guys.
Are they really going?
And that is for real this
Good
time.
night, guys. Rich
Bye,
and Oliver.
Scooter.
No, I was saying that to
For Rick.
Elle.
Oh, you were saying. Oh, yeah, I think, I mean, I talked about David and I'm already done because I feel like I'm just over it, but I wouldn't talk, I don't want to let it go on. Stupid.
And Captain Lee have a good trust as well. For real.
What?
You have to
What?
live for me. I agree. You have to live for you now. For
Right.
you.
I realize that. So after 3 years, I would be, I mean, a year is crazy. 6 months, I would feel crazy.
How long were you
People don't want to
married?
hear that. Everyone has their own problems.
Elle, how long were you married? I forget what you had said before. I know I asked you before.
No, not over that. That I was over real quick about him. I was
Oh.
over him before we got divorced.
Okay.
That was John.
Oh, yeah.
I love David more than I love John.
Yeah.
Ariel.
So
That's
she was
sad.
the a-hole. She was the a-hole. The one that was crying all the time.
Well, it does get old, I mean.
What do you think, Nicole?
About what?
Which girl was the a-hole? The one that was crying all the time, right?
Yeah.
What
Wait.
what about the chat?
The chat says no, that they weren't an a-hole. It was a girl. It was the other one. Definitely no. Everybody's saying definitely no.
No. They're saying what I'm saying and you're saying, right?
Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good. So what's
But
your
it's-
bad?
But it's okay, Elle, it's okay to have a different opinion.
Okay.
That's
No, I
good.
don't have a different opinion. That's my opinion.
Oh, yeah, I know, but it is good, though,
Okay,
if you
let's
do.
not fight
you know.
on the panel, please. All right. Am I the? I'm 45, a woman, have 3 children. My eldest, Gia, is 28. About 5 years ago, she moved about 90 minutes away to live with her boyfriend, Marco. They've since had 2 girls that are 4 and 1. My younger daughter, Alexis, is 17. She's both mentally and physically disabled. While she is somewhat independent, she'll never live alone and she'll require quite a bit of care. When my oldest granddaughter was born, Gia kept hinting that I should come and visit and help her. I did come down a couple of times, but Alexis's health was pretty poor at that point, so she had to be my focus. Eventually, Gia confided in me that Marco didn't help with the baby at all. I sympathized. At the time, as time went on, things didn't get better. I was surprised when Gia told me she was trying to conceive a second child. I asked her if Marco was doing better, and she said no, but he really wanted to try for a boy. It's her life and her business, so I let it go. Sure enough, nothing changed. My youngest granddaughter was born. Around this time, my cousin passed, and I was left the guardian of her 2-year-old daughter, Evelyn. Juggling Evelyn and Alexis, that's really weird that you just inherited a 2-year-old like that
Yeah.
from your cousin. Wow.
Right.
Juggling Evelyn and Alexis is no easy task, and I'm also doing it alone. I have never asked my older kids for help, and I never would. This past year, Gia keeps hinting that I should come down more. I have a couple of times, but usually end up saying it'd be easier for her to come to me. Recently, Gia blew up at me, saying she has no help, and as her mother, I should. I said I'm a little busy myself with 1 special needs child and a toddler who went through trauma. I'm always there emotionally, but I can't physically. She said that Marco is no help, and I said she knew what she was getting into this time around. It's not up to everyone else to support her. She got mad and told me I was insensitive. I was talking to my sister, and she said I went too far. Am I the a-hole? Well,
If somebody else doesn't want to answer, I'll answer. Anybody want to answer?
only heard a little bit. So.
Oh my gosh, Scooter.
Okay, I'll answer. People are going to be mad at me for what I'm going to say, I think.
I'm into this game. I'm sorry. I'm trying to listen.
Okay, I don't like what the mother says because I think a girl always depends on her mother. I think like a little girl, I think she's a girl of the family. And I think your mother should be really special to you and always help you out. She could help out with the kid, with the other kid that's 2 or something. She could help out and the kids could play together when the mom comes. Like, I think they could all be together as like a family.
Charger while you're doing
I
this.
think the mom should go there.
Just putting my phone on the charger. Don't freak out, Scooter.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. Where are you going?
I'm putting my phone on the charger, Scooter.
Why?
Because it's going to be dead if I don't. And then when I sit in the massage chair later, I won't have a phone.
I don't want you to go either, Karen. Where are you going?
Wow.
Why is she leaving us, Scooter?
I don't know.
Jeez.
Horrible.
Okay, so what does the chat say on that? Is she the
I don't
a-hole?
know.
Is
They're
the mother
saying
the
no.
a-hole?
They're saying Marco is the a-hole,
They're saying
They're
Ella's
saying
the
Marco's the
a-hole.
a-hole?
and then she was in the
Yeah,
wrong.
Marco's an
Kevin
a-hole.
said 50-50. Leslie says no. Tell her to take a very long hike. What does Mary Warren say? Marco's the a-hole, according to Mary.
Marco is an a-hole, yes. But I think that the mother should help out her daughter a lot.
Why don't they, you know what I would say?
They should
Why?
help each other.
I think, why don't they move into a house with a mother-daughter house where they could all live. The mother could have her own space, but they could be all right there
Right.
and help each other.
I mean, this girl can't.
The mother
afford
needs help, the daughter needs help.
Right.
Live
each
closer, to make a sacrifice, and when one of them has to move, they'll
Right.
both have to move, but, I mean, yeah.
That's a great idea, Carolyn. I agree. I don't think either are an a-hole.
And Liz Tops agrees with Mary Warren.
You don't agree with me, Liz Tops?
Well, she just says Mary Warren, good one, about
What did
Marco.
Mary Warren say?
Marco is the a-hole.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Who's Margot?
Marco.
Marco?
Oh, Marco.
Gia's
Yeah,
husband.
Marco's definitely a jerk. Yeah, but they should just ignore Marco in this situation and just fix it by themselves. If he's gonna be an a-hole, let him be an a-hole. And let the girls.
You got two girls, you still gonna want that boy? She's out of her mind if she does.
Let the women fix it.
I love how you have these opinions, Al.
Thank you. I mean, a girl is always dependent. This girl can't afford any help, these people. So they always depend on their mom. You always depend on your mommy.
I
As
never.
long as she's still around.
Mother for anything.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. My 40, I'm 40 years old, female. My career's been taking off lately. I'm looking at possibly making 6 figures in the next few years. My husband is 39. We've been married 18 years. He has a good job. He enjoys, but there's really no real potential for advancement. He makes $45K. Until recently, he's been pretty content there, and as long as it paid the bills, he was happy. I was happy. Lately, he's been less satisfied and jealous of my work-from-home situation, so I've been helping him update his resume and look for and apply for other positions. He's really excited about one, but he didn't get it. He's been let down about it, understandably, and I've tried to be encouraging. It took me over a year applying here to get this job. I understand how much it sucks when you get rejected. Don't give up, etc. He snapped at me, and I told him, I don't know what it feels like, and he's always going to be subservient to my job, and he'll just be the one who takes care of the kids, which is BS. He works nights, so I'm the one doing most of the chores and childcare. Although, to be fair, he does do most of the after-school activities, daycare runs, baths, etc. He says he spent our whole life together supporting my career until recently. He's always made more money than me. And why am I getting so defensive and angry? Obviously, he can't talk to me. So I stopped talking, and I let him vent. just nodding and saying, okay, I understand, in the calmest and kindest voice I can. He snaps again because I'm so defensive, arguing with everything he says. So I try to be encouraging, but he keeps snarling at me. Finally, I lose my patience and I say, look, I'm trying to help you, but you clearly just want to enjoy a pity party and blame me for everything. So I'm going to leave this conversation. He curses at me, calls me a biatch, storms out of the house, yelling about how he can't believe you called him names, and he's going to tell everyone how terrible I am, helping anyone with anything. I call him a child as he slams the door. I get that he's frustrated and discouraged. Maybe I should have just let him vent and not said anything, but I was starting to feel very personally attacked and blamed for him not getting that job, so I lashed out. So, am I the a-hole?
50-50 here.
I hear you. Can I say something first?
Yeah.
Their marriage is over.
Well, not necessarily.
Well, we don't know that.
Oh, I think absolutely. I think that she...
One argument?
That's not one argument. They probably had the same argument 50 times over, at least over and over. I think that she is going to go out, get a career, find someone that makes more money than him. I think he is going to be so insecure about her working and making more money than him that he's not going to be able to take it. I think he's very jealous of her. I think she's getting very resentful of him making less money and not taking care of the kids enough and not having a job that makes more money. I think that he's very resentful of her having a job that she makes more money than him. I think they're both being childish, but it's kind of like a role that you would probably both take on normally in any situation, male and female roles, that being reversed would suck. So I think they're both a little bit of a-holes, but it's kind of a normal gender role you would take.
Do you think it's important that the husband makes more money than the wife?
I don't, but I definitely think they do. The way they're acting, for sure.
Yes, she is, Scooter.
Huh?
That's a good answer, Al.
Oh, thanks.
Scooter was just telling everyone that you're a marriage counselor and that we're happy that you're on. And but to talk about these things, you know.
You're doing very well, Al.
Thank you. I just can't do it when it comes to myself.
That's how it usually goes, right?
Yeah, I can do it real well when I'm telling someone else advice. All my friends tell me I give the best advice.
Well, the thing is, you just got to focus on yourself, instead of, and focus on you and what you want in life.
When it comes to me, my heart's too involved and my brain turns to mush.
Unfortunately, you have to weigh both of those things together, the heart and the mind.
I just realized I had a dream that we were talking on a Zoom, and I thought this was real, and it's really weird.
Deja vu?
And I was in my bathroom, and I was coming down the stairs, and somebody was talking about the fight they had, like with their husband or their boyfriend, and they're like, yeah, and he said effing this, and this, effing, and I said, wow, I remember when on Cafe Mom, somebody said, what if your husband told you to go to hell? They'd be out of the door. And I'm like, they haven't heard these two argue, and I don't know who that was.
It was a dream?
Well, now I think it was a dream, now that I just heard this. And I'm just like, wait a minute, that was a dream. I've been having all these weird dreams.
That's okay.
I had a really weird dream about my sister last night that I know is not true. But I just can't believe it. And it had to do with swearing as well.
You should write down your dreams. You keep a dream journal by your bed. You should. You should write. Everybody, you should. I'll do it. I'll start up.
I don't want to remember my dreams. They're so awful sometimes.
Yeah, I know, but maybe there's a reason. Maybe you need to remember them to work through whatever's going on, right?
I had another nightmare last night.
What was it about?
Yeah, they say
Uh-oh.
you can pinpoint something maybe, or you see some kind of a pattern.
Right. Absolutely.
Nightmares for 3 years in a row.
I had a dream that that Dave and I knew somebody, and I don't know who this man is, but
You do?
I knew him.
You knew him. Okay.
And I was there visiting him, and there was another person with him. And I remember some mattress on the floor. And then when I was there, I found out that he was a serial killer. And
The Dave was?
no,
Oh, no.
and when I looked up at this, I knew he was a killer because when I looked up at his ceiling, there were body parts all
Oh my god.
plastered to the ceiling.
Ouch.
And so I left, and then I was trying to get to Dave. Oh, there was a little kid there now, too. I got to Dave, and I was trying to let Dave know, because this guy was going to be reaching out to Dave.
Oh boy.
I didn't want this guy to know that I was going to tell Dave, because then Dave would be in danger.
Right.
It was just, one of those weird ones, right? You know what I mean? Do you guys ever dream like that?
I had these dreams, though, that I think I'm awake, though, and they really happened. Like, just like this thing. I remember walking downstairs. Like, I've been having these very strange dreams where I think I'm awake.
Are you sleepwalking, Carolyn?
No.
Okay. My daughter does sometimes.
Walking down somewhere?
My oldest does. My mother used to go outside in the middle of the night, like where
Really?
the chicken coop all the way on the other side of the property, and they only knew she was sleepwalking because there was mud all over the bug when she woke.
Me.
Okay, here's another one.
Eric,
I sleep talk, so don't make fun of me when I'm at the house.
So my husband and I went out to a local carnival fair with our friends. I've been saying that I want to get a hot dog or some kind of sausage. Oh, there's the sausage. While looking at the food, he wanted to try this pizza he saw on the flyer, and only one vendor was selling it. My friend saw a vendor selling bacon-wrapped corn dogs, and so we stopped by. I'm not a fan of corn dogs, and I thought I specifically said that out loud, but I guess carnival noise may have muffled it out. But the same vendor also had these thick pieces of bacon on a stick, and that was definitely something I was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
My husband said he'll take a bite from mine if I got it. So I thought we were on the same page about the bacon on a stick. So while our friends are getting the bacon-wrapped corn dog, I told my husband that I would try to walk around to find the vendor that sells the pizza he wanted, and told him I'd be back. I walked around and I couldn't find it. I met up with him soon enough. My husband said, "Here," and hands me the corn dog. I was confused and said something along the lines of, "I didn't want this. Why did you get me this?" He said he thought I said I wanted the corn dog, so he got me. And I told him no, and said I'd rather have the bacon on the stick instead. So we're basically going back and forth on this, him saying he clearly heard me say I wanted the corn dog. Well, I told him that I definitely said no, that I don't like corn dogs, and that if anything, I meant a hot dog or an Italian sausage. But we dropped it because we were among friends. I did get my Polish sausage later, and my friend said, "Ah, you finally got it." So I felt assured that at least our friend confirmed I definitely said Polish sausage, not a corn dog. The drive home, I knew he was a bit off, so I tried to cheer him up because we did end up finding his pizza, and that he was disappointed with the taste of the pizza after all that searching, and I paid for it since he paid for my corn dog. But instead, he said he was upset about my reaction to his corn dog. He thought I should have been nicer about it, at least like, "Wow, I didn't want this, but thanks for getting it for me." As if someone went out of their way to get a present as a surprise even though you didn't want it. But I didn't, and that I was defensive about it instead of being thankful. I didn't think I was in the wrong back there, though. I thought it was all just a miscommunication, and a lot of others would have been confused instead of being thankful. He thinks that I should have been more tactful with my reactions. So am I the a-hole?
these people need to employ the 5-year rule.
The
Will it
what?
matter
I don't
5
think-
years
What?
from now?
5-year rule.
The 5-year, will it matter 5 years from now if it won't? Shut up about it, don't say
I
anything.
don't think either's really a big a-hole. I think he didn't hear her, and I think it was a misunderstanding, and I think it wasn't a big deal because it was just because of loud music. And I don't think he meant to be an a-hole by not getting it for her, and I don't think she meant to be an a-hole by talking a little lowly. I don't think it was a big deal. I don't think anyone's a
Let's
jerk.
say she was really hankering for that bacon on a stick.
And she could have got it herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why couldn't she go and get it herself?
She was
I mean,
walking around.
It's such a ridiculous thing with like to fight over. It's
You know,
such a ridiculous thing to fight over, you know?
you
Just
can
go
go get
get
it now.
You
You should
can walk.
put the corn dog in the garbage and go get
Yeah.
one.
Walk to the bacon stand and go get yourself a bacon on the stick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she could
But
still
I
do
would
that.
do.
No one's a jerk. Everything's okay.
It's all good. Don't think about it too much, you know? Don't perseverate and wallow, you know? Trivial argument, Lindell says. Lindell.
Or Lindell.
See, Nicole, if you and I were with our husbands, we would have no problem.
Yeah, it's so silly, like to fight over something like that. It's very trivial. I agree with that. That's a good word for it.
Carolyn, I love the way you tell these stories.
No problems, Mary.
She's so funny.
That's amazing that video real dreams that way.
What?
Why is that video? Is video real still on the
What way
chat?
does video real
Yeah.
dream?
He has dreams.
Yeah.
What way? Tell me
He
what.
has dreams.
Is he still on the chat?
Tell me what kind of dreams he has.
He dreams that he's healing sick people.
Oh.
Yeah. I wanted to come on the panel.
Okay.
Cool.
My husband brought home a month-old puppy a week ago
Aw,
without telling me or consulting me if I wanted a puppy or not. We already have 2 dogs, a lab and a shih tzu. He always wanted a German shepherd, but I kept telling him no because we already have 2 dogs. He works a lot. He leaves the house early morning. He arrives around 7 to 8 in the evening. His only day off is every other Sunday. So the entire week, I'm left to take care of the puppy and our 2 children. It's a lot of work, to be honest, because I'm also working, albeit at home. Plus, I have to clean the house, more than usual now with the puppy all over the place, peeing and pooping. And he chews a lot of stuff. Our brand new couch has scratches on them. When I told my husband to return the pup, he got angry, called me heartless.
Mm-hmm.
I'd honestly be okay with the puppy if he was the one taking care of it. Hold on. So I did tell him to come up with a plan on how to take care of the pup instead of dumping it all on me. He just said, what can he do since he's away at work? So for me, that meant he's the great dad who brought home a puppy. He cannot even give time to take care of it. And I'm the ingrate complaining mom who got tired after cleaning up after the pup. I also do the vet visits for the pup's vaccines. Am I the a-hole?
Oh, Carolyn, Linda L says hello.
Hi,
to you.
Linda L.
Why did he bring home a 1-month-old puppy?
I don't know.
For starters,
For starters.
that's too young.
I say no.
Who
I
said
say
that?
no too.
Who said that? Biggie?
Yeah,
Really?
I'm saying they both are.
yeah.
I say no.
The puppy is all over the house.
You said Lyndall said hello to who?
Get a
Me?
baby, a
You,
baby, whatever,
Carolyn.
baby
Oh.
they're called, and put it in it.
I wanted to make sure that
I don't see her saying it.
I didn't think you'd see it, so I wanted to make sure you saw it. You know,
I
that
didn't
you
see
heard.
her say it. Where? Oh, hi, Carolyn.
They should have had a conversation about it. I mean, where's the communication here? They needed to talk about this before he just brings, you know.
I don't
They
know.
should have.
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't send the
Maybe the
back.
puppy was just so cute, he couldn't resist.
Mhm.
Oh, but it's. I mean, they already had 2 dogs, and
I should have talked to her
she's the one
before I
that
got it.
took care of it. So
And
it's
now
like,
she's taking care of it. I get it.
yeah. So, I mean, I think it's just an issue of communication. I don't think anybody's an a-hole. And
We
the
never communicated because she said I don't want one now. So.
well, he should have said, I mean, he did say that. He said, I don't want one now.
She said, we've got 2 dogs. The subject had come up. So,
Oh, before he brought the puppy home.
yeah.
Oh, okay. It's hard to hear you, Sharon, again. Don't be mad. Go to the other side. Come back. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh my God, yes.
We can.
Ma'am.
There we go.
There it is. Nice to hear you.
Yeah. Well, I think that it had already come up. You know,
I want to tell
wanted a
Video Real to
puppy,
answer me.
Why?
and she didn't. So I don't know. They could have compromised and got a little older dog that was housebroken, and maybe a 3-month-old or something instead of a 1-month-old puppy. I don't know.
Yeah, she had to train it, I guess.
Video Reel said earlier when you were asking him that he might after the live.
Oh, good. I haven't seen it in so long.
The good news is that by the time they're housebroken, they're usually not too bad. They kind of blend in at that point.
A German Shepherd is
They're
keeping...
bullshit, that's for sure.
No. A German Shepherd, my sister across the street has one, and Zeus, his name is Zeus, they are huge. Their heads are huge. It's like a horse head.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a German Shepherd?
It's a big dog that requires a lot of...
here's another one.
I'm talking...
They're very high energy.
They are high
I'm a
maintenance.
19-year-old guy, and I adopted a puppy a year ago next month. My family told me it would be a good idea to have a friend who was just mine. I was going through a hard time, and I really needed it, so I thought it was a good idea. I reached out to this breeder who had puppies half off due to an accident with one of the babysitters.
Oops.
I don't know what that means.
Read that
I
again.
reached
Just
out
start
to
right
this
up.
breeder who had puppies half off due to an accident with one of the babysitters. I don't know what that means.
What does that even mean?
I adopted a puppy for $600, and it was love at first sight. The dog and I were inseparable the moment we met. And I hate that I have to type this post, but I returned the dog the next day to the breeder due to a breakdown of me thinking I wouldn't provide a good enough home for the baby. The lady took her back and told me that once the puppy is rehomed, I'll get my full refund. Months pass, and I text her asking if the puppy was rehomed, and she said yes, but due to the non-refundable $200 fee, I will only get $400 back since the $200 went to vet pills and quarantine after returned. I said it's fine and waited months. I texted the lady back and told her that I never got the check in the mail, and if I could get an update. She said she sent a $200 check a while ago, and she'd resend one. I never got that check, so last night I told her I still haven't received the check, and if I'm still getting my $400 back. She said no, only $200, because that's what the puppy sold for. She's out of the country at the moment and said we can talk when she gets back, but I firmly believe I am owed either $400 or a dog, because I did not just pay this lady $400 for nothing. The agreement was $600, then $400, and now it's $200. So am I the a-hole for getting annoyed and thinking I am owed a full refund or a dog?
Yeah, I'm confused.
No.
Why didn't she get the dog in the first? Why didn't he get the dog in the first place?
Because he just felt that he couldn't provide the best home for it, and didn't.
Okay, and did he give her the 600?
He gave her $600, and then he brought it back the next day.
Oh, he brought the 600
Yeah,
back.
he brought the dog back.
He brought the dog back. And first she said, First
She
Lady,
should give them the money then and there.
she shouldn't have waited. She got screwed over big time. I don't think
She didn't give him any money back.
she didn't get anything so far. No, she's not an a-hole. And that's, Mary Warren says no.
Wait, she's not, he's an a-hole because he wants his 400 back?
No, the woman at the vet's office is the a-hole, not him.
Yeah,
She's only
yeah.
gonna give him 200 back?
I thought they were both women. I'm sorry. I
No,
thought
it's a
they were
man. He's a man, and
both. Okay.
she's a
Oh,
woman.
he is not. He is not an a-hole at all.
No, she's only gonna give him 200 back.
Well,
she's
she
still
said
many-
400, and now she's saying 200, but she
But
hasn't
she-
given him
That's
anything
terrible.
yet.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so she got.
That's why a contract is a good thing.
Yeah.
Right, she should give him
Right.
600 back.
Get something in writing that you can bring to small claims. That's all.
Yeah, she should give him 600 back. She's an a-hole.
But he should have had a contract right then and there and protected himself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you would think just people are just gonna be honest.
Yeah, but they're not.
You know, that you wouldn't need it.
But they're not.
I know, it's a shame. It's a shame. You can't trust anyone anymore.
It's hard. But the way the world
It
is.
really is. Yep.
Oh, look at Video Reel. I'll read it in a second. Bear with me, Video Reel. Let me find your comment, okay? I would and could never. Oh, wait, that was after that. You said, read mine above about pet situation, if you like. I don't see anything above. I see your other comment. But I don't see.
She knows see.
It's sad though, Leslie. I know. She said, another poor little pup.
Yep.
Okay,
Being
here's
passed
another one.
around.
I'm a female, 27. I've been close friends with my friends since the age of 11. We've gone on multiple trips and holidays together. We have both had mental health issues throughout the years and have always had a hands-on approach to our friendship. We often live hundreds of miles apart and would meet up just when we were both home 3 or 4 times a year. It was always amazing, like nothing ever changed. We used to send each other supportive memes once a month or so on Instagram, but she deleted it, and I don't really use it anymore. A couple of years ago, she went through a traumatic event, and since then, she struggled a lot with anxiety, and I know it's been hard for her. This whole time, she's lived in our hometown, and I've been living in a different country. I tried messaging around FaceTime, but she would never ring. My life has been hard and busy, and my mental health has been awful, and I'm currently back on antidepressant therapy after a very, very scary low point a few months back. I normally go home every 6 weeks or so, and I have done so for the last year. Every time I message to see if she wants to go for a walk or coffee or sit in her house and chat, I always get a no. I always reply saying, if she needs anything, please reach out. I love her and I'm here. She never replies to these messages. Over the new year, I texted her to see if she wanted to meet up. She didn't reply. So I messaged her again, wishing her a happy new year, and I hope that we can meet up more. She basically said I'd not been there enough for her, and it's been a really rough few years for her. I apologize because I don't want to upset her. And I said, I'm going to do better this year. She replied saying she was doing a lot better, but it was mixed, and how was I? Honestly, I didn't reply because there's no way I could have told her how I was doing without her telling me that I was self-centered and unloading on her when she's struggling. We've been there before. I messaged her a few days ago to check in, and she's not replying. And honestly, I feel so done. I just feel like she's so quick to call me a shite friend, but she hasn't messaged me once to check on me in over 18 months, and I'm having a shite time too. I'm just emotionally drained, and I feel like I'm the only one trying, but it's never enough, and it's making me so effing sad. Am I the a-hole for giving up on this?
No, because she tried, and she didn't answer her.
It's hard when you read it that way. This is with me.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think she is.
No, I think she tried after a certain amount of time. And it doesn't seem like she let too much time go by. It seems like when she went to reach out to her, she didn't answer her. And then she may have waited too long, but at first she didn't. She went back to her first.
Mm-hmm.
She made the first move back. Right? If I'm understanding this
That
right.
is saying no, 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 no.
Everybody agrees.
With me or with Kat?
With you.
Oh, good. Yay, me!
Yeah, but say they didn't agree. That would still be cool, you know. Everybody, this is good to talk about all this stuff, you know? And hear what everybody has to say about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. So my husband, 40, is a doctor. I'm 30 and I'm a nurse, so we're quite familiar with diseases. My husband is a hypochondriac. He always doesn't feel well and runs to the doctors all the time who tell him everything's fine. Obviously, when there's something going on, they tell him otherwise, but this is not often the case. When COVID hit, everything went downhill pretty bad. He had to work on ICU to care for infected people. I did not get, as I was pregnant, and always, I did not, as I was pregnant, and always had COVID. He tested himself twice a day because he was so worried. For himself, not so much, as he said, he is protected very well and showers before coming home, which was cute, by the way, and not go outside besides for work. None of us ever had COVID. We know for sure, as he tested himself so much and never actually had symptoms or anything. Anyway, when COVID got better, he did not. Always when I got some kind of stomach, sick, sore throat thing or anything like that, he got it too. But not the normal he gets is 2 days after me, but a couple of weeks after me. Or he had it the second I had it, and he was like dead sick. For example, I had a fever and I felt horrible. Spoiler is, it was mastitis. I had to care for our baby and take care of him. Found out pretty soon that he had no fever. When I used the thermometer, the last temperature is always shown. I told him to grow up and that he had a problem. He should go to therapy for that. Now I gave birth to our second. And as every woman knows, giving birth and the time after is not the best. Despite the sleep deprivation and everything else, I got my period again and it hit me like really bad. I never had such bad cramps. My husband asked what was wrong and I told him I have cramps. And he said, besides this, I had an infection of the bladder and needed antibiotics. He then said a couple of hours later, hey, I think our food wasn't good. And I asked why. And he said, because now he has bad cramps too. And also, he thinks he has
hypochondriac.
He thinks he has an infection of the bladder, and wanted to get those sticks to test himself. I got furious. I told him I cannot even have my period for myself now. That he is not sick. The food was fine, and I just need a break. He's a doctor and he knows symptoms and how to deal with them, and he cannot do this himself. He doesn't need those sticks. He needs therapy. I got mad. He got mad and he said he felt unwell and I was being unfair. I told him that when he is always sick, I cannot tell apart when he is really unwell and when not. I sometimes need his attention as well, and when I feel really unwell. And I can gladly help him when he's really sick. He needs to go to therapy. Now he's not speaking to me. He closed himself in the bedroom. There are more examples than this, but am I the a-hole for telling him that he needs to go to therapy because he cannot have every disease I have and that he is not sick, but that he is sick, but not the way he thinks?
No, you're totally right.
Soon the kids will go to school and they're going to bring home every germ known to man.
But Jimmy gets like that too. If somebody
Really?
says, yeah, like, oh gosh, I don't feel good either. But he'll take care of people. Like he'll take care of, like he won't like ignore me if I'm sick. But sometimes he'll be like, oh gosh, he'll either go, I hope I don't get that, or oh, I think I'm getting that. You know.
Oh, this guy's a mess.
He's a doctor. It's
He's a hypochondriac.
hard to be a hypochondriac when you're a doctor.
And he's a great one. He's a great one. She's great. Hypochondriac.
There's nothing wrong with therapy either. I don't know why there's such a stigma when it comes to therapy.
Oh, exactly. Everyone's in therapy.
It's a great thing. Everybody should have someone to talk to like that, I think.
Unbiased.
All right, so background wise, I was recently diagnosed with ADHD in November, and I'm still not able to be properly medicated for it with the current shortage. I have struggled with remembering things and getting distracted my entire life, and I felt awful about it. Being diagnosed was actually a relief because I felt like I didn't have to blame myself anymore. Something I struggle with is sometimes my mom asks me to unload the dishwasher at night or take out the trash or stuff like that. Problem is I constantly forget, like all the time. I've tried everything. I write myself notes, I set alarms, I make checklists before bed, nothing works. Now on to the event. Well, a few nights ago, I forgot to do the dishwasher 3 nights in a row. I felt awful when she pointed this out. And I told her I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm struggling with this. I'm really trying to do better. This is very difficult because of my ADHD. She then says, well, I'm struggling too with this. Why aren't you considering how this is affecting me? And she then went on to ask me to acknowledge that she's struggling just as much as I am. This kind of struck a nerve with me. And I said, I'm sorry. This is affecting you. But how can you compare your struggles with mine? I have to live with this all day, every day, for the rest of my life. What you have to deal with is a fraction of what I have to. And that just really pissed her off. She said I was minimizing how my actions affect her, and that I was using the diagnosis as an excuse. And I said, this is a literal disability. How can you say that to me? Would you complain about a paraplegic being an inconvenience on your life as well? She scoffed at that and told me I was absurd for making that comparison. The conversation ended, and she said, you're in such a mood right now. Did you not take your happy pills? Meaning Adderall. And I just lost it at that. Calling a med that makes me functional a happy pill because she thinks it gives me a high? I got up and left at that point. I'm really conflicted on how this went down. I still feel justified with many of the things I said. However, I'm worried that I was an a-hole. Maybe I'm using this as an excuse and minimizing her struggles with this. I just got really frustrated because I felt like she didn't understand how detrimental this condition has been for me. But maybe I'm making too much of a deal of it, and I should take some more responsibility. So yeah, I don't know if she's right or not. Was I in the wrong here?
Yeah, both of them. Here's the thing. If you can't remember, you have to set alarms. You have to do all this to remind yourself to unload the dishwasher. Then do it when you're asked, and then you don't have to remember to do it.
Or have somebody help you to remind you maybe. But you can't get mad at them if they don't. That's not on them. Yeah, I don't know.
This person's made it sounds like, at least to their teens. So, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think there's both sides here.
Is this like where do you read these from? Is it just like a website? That's so cool.
Reddit. Yeah, Reddit. Reddit.com.
Oh, Reddit. I don't really go there.
No, sorry.
It's like a
It's on YouTube.
it's like a post thing, right? Like you can.
Yeah,
it's a
they
form.
post there like somebody wants to really know. We're helping them out.
That's cool. Oh, so it's like a.
They're
okay.
asking a question. We're helping them out.
That's what it.
We're reading their question and we're telling them if they're the a-hole or not. They want to know. They want people to answer them.
You should type our answers. This is so general.
I should type it in there. We answered you on our
Yeah,
live, and
we
the
answered
majority
you on our-
said you were not the a-hole.
Yes, let's do. Why aren't you?
Yes,
you
I
gotta
should be
do
doing that. You're right. I should be.
I
Carolyn.
think it's a 50-50 deal here. I
Yes,
think
start
that
doing that.
it's something for everybody.
Hi, Deborah.
Okay.
Hi, Linda.
When she said hi.
Somebody was asking about you. Who was asking about you?
Scooter. No.
No. Oh, was it Julie W?
Am I
No, Julian Gonzalez.
I'm asking a question right now.
What?
Am I able, if I leave, to go get in the tub and go to bed?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Why?
Because she's just sat here and played her game and not really been engaged in the
I'm all out
conversation.
of lives now.
You're all out of lives, so that's the only reason. Do you have to wait 30 minutes? You're not buying them, are you? Please tell me you're not buying them.
Buying what?
That's an addiction. See, I played Candy Crush, but I never bought a thing.
Buying live?
I could never do that. I would never, ever spend my money on that.
I did.
No
I did.
comment.
I did. When I played Scooter, I did. And my husband did. And we spend real money when we play Call of Duty, too, for the things. Yep.
Yeah,
You said you spent money on stuff?
it's life. It's
I'm
life
happy I
in
can get there without
between.
spending money.
Yeah, but then you have to wait. You have to wait till the lives refill, and it takes forever.
Okay, you have to listen to this one, Scooter. My husband is 34 and I'm 31. We recently moved for information. We had an overlap, so we were packing and cleaning the old apartment while moving into the new one. Before we moved, I was assigned a busy project at work. I told him I would need to plan around the schedule. Worst case, packing nights and weekends. He said this was fine. It ultimately was the worst case scenario, but I stuck to my plan. I made progress. The moving stress was manageable until my husband decided to be helpful. He would make plans and not tell me because I needed the time to pack, including moving plans that I was informed about in a group chat with his friends, or once he confirmed the plans with his friends. He repeatedly tried to help pack my things, though common areas and his things were still not packed. He wanted to help me paint a wall by standing behind me and monitoring the floor for paint flecks. I told him it felt more critical than helpful. He said he was just trying to help, and I was excluding him. He was concerned about my safety and wanted me to wait so he could help me. However, when I realized I had what I needed to move it without him, a bookshelf, could be moved with sliders, he was upset that I did it and excluded him when he wanted to help. The last straw came when moving the last of the furniture, which was 4 chairs and 2 small side tables. I wanted to donate it and said I would arrange it. I told him, due to work, I might end up planning stuff spontaneously during the week, but would, worst case scenario, wake up early on the weekend to do it. The handover was planned for Saturday, late afternoon. For 2 weeks, he asked about my plan daily, and I repeated that I would handle it, and I would let him know if I needed his help. After he asked me if I knew that handing over the keys meant that I would not have access to the old apartment anymore, I told him this wasn't helping me, and it was adding stress and pressure when I needed support. It lasted 1 day before he started asking me how he could support me multiple times a day while I was at work. I finally snapped. I told him he was taking this way too personally. I told him that I didn't have to involve him. As I said I would, I could do it without him. I told him it wasn't help if I couldn't say no, and he needed to stop badgering me and deal with his stress and not put it on me. He has said I was out of line to ask for his support and then lash out at him for asking for asking. He said he just wanted to plan an orderly move and I was being controlling and stubborn for cutting him out. When failure to not move the furniture on time would impact him. He said I was constantly trying to exclude him from his own apartment and that I should have communicated a clear plan so he wouldn't stress. Ultimately, it took me 1 hour and I was done the night before the handover. I'm still tense, and I'm wondering, am I the a-hole for snapping at him and not including him when he wanted to help? Well, nobody? Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think
Hi,
that.
little lady. What do you have linked to Facebook?
Huh?
Oh, I think her Candy Crush.
Oh, she's on Candy Crush, yeah. That was fun. I thought I beat it. I have to go re-download it and see.
Beat it.
Debbie, yes. We know. She'd like to be called Debbie.
Well, that's too bad.
Well, oh no. Well.
That's
okay.
too bad.
Well,
She shouldn't have been called Two Scooter for all that time. That's too bad.
I get it.
I don't like a lot of change, and I'm sorry.
I
She could tell her new friends that.
Yeah, but change is inevitable, Carolyn.
I don't care. I'm not going to change your name. I'm not good like that, and I'm not doing it.
Honey, I hate when you fight with each other.
It's stupid.
Oh, do the bigger sense, it's okay.
It's so stupid that she thinks I'm going to change her name.
Well, change is inevitable. You
I
can't help it.
then I
Everything
need-
changes. As time moves forward, everything.
Then I don't want to be called Carolyn anymore, Scooter.
What would you like to be called?
Debbie.
No.
What do you want to be called?
Just trying to think of a name.
I'd like to be called Mommy Rambling.
Okay, Mommy Ramblings. I will be more than
No, I
happy
know Scooter
to
hates that.
do that. Mommy Ramblings.
No,
You want me
Scooter,
to talk?
Scooter hates
Mom?
that. I'm joking.
Do you really? She's laughing. Look at her
No,
laughing.
she hates that. She says the reason I have so
I
many
hate Mom. I
psychos.
hate that name. I hate it.
She
That's
says,
why.
listen
Not
to
joking.
listen to Scooter's theory. The reason I have so many psychos that fall in love with me and then are obsessed with me is because my name is Mommy Ramblings and they're coming to me for all of their unmet mommy needs. That's what Scooter says.
I agree in some way.
And they have issues and I am inviting them with their issues
Always
with my
told her
name.
that.
I mean, you're not inviting the issues. However, it does contribute in some way. It's not your fault.
The name Mommy, yes, the name Mommy, come on.
Fault that other people perceive it as something like that. And they do. Yes, indeed. There are people that are looking for that here. And you know what? I don't know. It's weird, but it is what it is.
61 flappets. Does.
Do you
A little
believe it?
weird.
Do you
A
believe
little
it, High 61?
Leslie, see?
Leslie?
You-
Are you agreeing with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That I'm getting mentally ill people who have mommy issues,
Yes. Yes.
who then turn psycho when you will never meet their needs.
I told her this since we started talking years ago, guys.
I agree with that in some ways. Let's see what the chat's saying.
That's what, yeah, they agree. A lot of them do.
I mean, she ain't all wrong, but not your fault at all. Absolutely, Mary Warren. Absolutely. It isn't your fault. I mean, there's what control do you have over somebody else's intention? What control do you have over that at all? None.
No.
So, I mean, you're just existing.
Right.
You're the one that doesn't have the issue. It's not you can't put it on yourself. It's nothing that you're doing. It just is. Just is.
Leslie, she totally agrees with me. Oh, really, high 61? Yeah, he goes, I instantly think of a niche.
Oh, what happened to him?
I think he ultimately had to be blocked.
Anish had the mobile station.
Did he?
I think so.
Did he? I don't remember.
Yeah, he was going to marry me, and then as soon as
He was going to marry me.
you dumped me, no,
I remember it was Nicole. Because
It was?
he said he was
Really?
going to marry Nicole.
He was?
He was
And it-
always going to marry you, but then you got mad one night about something, and he was going to marry Nicole then. And then he dumped Nicole and said he was coming back to you,
He wanted
and
Danielle.
then you didn't want him.
Remember he came on camera too that time?
no way.
Yes, and we had to take him. Remember,
Oh, yeah.
Scooter?
Yeah,
Yes, way.
we went to a breakout room.
We had to go to a breakout room.
Mm-mm.
Yes, way. And he had no shirt on, and he had like his wife in the next room or something, right? There was like another. Yes. Yes, there was an Indian woman sitting there, very nice, lovely, and I was thinking, like, what is he doing? What is he doing? Is this his fiance? You know, I don't know, or maybe it was his sister. Could have been his sister. We don't know, but he was walking around with no shirt on, and I just thought it was very inappropriate.
Real quiet, remember?
Very
He was-
inappropriate.
I 61 remembers.
Yeah,
Lindell
very
remembers.
inappropriate. Very
Yeah.
inappropriate.
Mhm.
Did we let him come on camera then?
No, because we didn't trust him. He took his shirt off, and he was acting really weird. And he was in a
Where did-
bedroom. He was like on a bed.
Mm-mm.
We should
Yeah,
find
yeah,
that live
we
and
can
play it
do
on
that.
our Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, we should do a Throwback Thursday. Do you want to do that sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a Throwback Thursday. Wait, what day is it today? Oh.
Remember he said
Today is Thursday.
he was.
Wait, today is Thursday?
Well, it's going to be Friday.
Well, it's still our Thursday.
Remember Carolyn, he had his shirt off and you
What?
told him to stand up to see what else.
Oh, stop.
I'm kidding.
He wanted to buy a limo or helicopter for all the women here, really?
Really?
See, I'm getting slap happy now. I'm getting too crazy.
I was in chat wanting Carolyn to be careful when he
Yeah,
goes live.
yeah.
Yeah, then I didn't bring him on there because he was too unpredictable.
Little lady covering her eyes.
Little lighty.
I remember Microman.
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Microman. Microman.
That person.
It wasn't a person, per se.
How do I know that? How would I miss that?
Remember iPhone Danny or something? He came on in bed, and then he came on like about months later and showed us his tiny house.
No.
Yeah, iPhone Danny.
Oh, I missed that because I remember you guys telling me about it.
Cool.
Remember Anna? Never see her anymore.
Yes.
Who?
Anna from Sweden.
I've been thinking about her.
Anna from
Here
Sweden.
recently. No, that was Annie B.
Yeah, I don't know where Annie B is. Anna from Sweden.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other Anna, the one that raised those bulldogs out in California.
What kind of dogs?
Bulldogs, so she got really sick. Remember, she was really sick, and then we never saw her after that.
Mm.
Hi, Eva Paul.
Uh,
How are you?
I,
I've definitely had my fair share of cranks in here, yeah. Yep.
does anybody else remember Microman?
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, Nish just dumped me once. You felt jealous. You remember? You said, Nish, now you just go right to her? I was like, oh. That in chat. Oh, yeah.
How about the ceramic lady? Oh, we've got to find that one. We got to find that clip. We've got to put a lot of these clips into a whole video. Yeah, we got yelled. Phyllis. Yeah. Hey, Phyllis! You yelled at us that night.
You know
Yes,
what we
I
should do?
love
She
it.
just
Terrible.
snapped. She just snapped like a snapdragon.
Hey, I have an idea.
We were just
Like a
joking
rubber
around
band.
about a little thing, right? We were just looking about a little miniature thing, and she was like,
We were
"Not
just-
everything is funny, you two." And I said to Scooter the next day, we felt like we got sent to the principal's office.
Yeah, we both just stopped.
I was like, "Whoa, lady, back it off."
Remember, and then she apologized, but she was still acting weird.
Oh,
She's like,
yeah.
I've done that, but it's enough of enough.
Enough is enough. Everything is not a joke.
And then she said, I'll still send you something.
And she never did. Liar. Never did.
She went off like
She
crazy.
did. That was crazy. We were having a
That
good
would be
time,
fun.
laughing around, joking. And she just went off like a lunatic.
You know what would be fun to have a
Oh, that's
marathon?
happy birthday, Eva.
Happy birthday!
It's birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday
Happy
to
birthday to
you.
you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear
Eva.
Eva.
Happy birthday to you.
To you.
And many more.
You're young. You're a youngin'.
Wow. Happy birthday. And then Christy just had a birthday.
Yes. I
Should
wish we could
everyone
find
have
that
a birthday?
Phyllis one. We've got to find that Phyllis one. I don't think we've ever watched it again since that night. I
I don't
was
think so either.
felt like I was admonished by the principal.
Do you guys remember Fabric Queen? We should have a marathon.
Yes.
That's
Just
what I
like
mean, and pull
old
clips. Oh yeah, all old clips. Everybody
Yeah,
can
let's
vote on the
do it.
clips.
We should do a marathon. Do
See, but
another.
somebody has to
night.
catalog all the videos and find them with the URLs and get them all queued up.
Remember, she was in ICU, then dying.
And we talked to her daughter and we're like, can you go down and get a picture of this and that? And she's like, yes. And then she even sent me those pictures that were like freaking real. How did she do that?
Yeah.
Even though she was like lying her butt off.
I have no idea.
That was
That's just what I'm
crazy.
gonna do when my mother's dying and
And then she was telling me that they were coming to my house anyway and they were already set and she was giving me fake tracking numbers and all kinds of crap.
Weird, man.
That sounds like fun. We'll have to get the clips together. You should write in and tell us your best clips that you'd want to see,
Yeah,
like
write in
us
and
get
tell
yelled
us.
at by the ceramic lady, and the fabric queen lady, and the drunk lady that called in and told me I would have to delete my live because we made a mistake.
Yes, you made
Yes.
mistakes.
We made a mistake about the address and we looked at it and I would have to delete my live because it was a mistake. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
It's not perfect. You need to delete it.
Yes.
Why?
That's what she said.
All Carolyn did was make the mistake of an address
Yeah, we got right back on the right road like within 2 minutes.
on that.
On that
Celebration
celebration, she was
Florida.
really pissed off and she came on and
She lived there.
and she was like, "I am
Florida.
sick and tired of people." Yeah, and she was just really
Oh my god, what happened? I missed it. I went to get a piece of chocolate.
yeah, just we're talking about like funny scenes that somebody would want to see again.
Yeah.
Remember our first auction? Who was that woman that was going off about me getting a particular item? Miss Dimples. Oh yes, right. She was freaking out. Yes, and then she freaked out and pretended she was asleep on the panel. And after she freaked out in a Patreon, yeah, that was good. Yeah, and then pretended she woke up and then had a shite fight about it. Yeah.
Oh, and grand piano. Remember, I was asking for him. He came to my.
He was just here.
He
the
was
other
here
day.
too. He came here too.
Came in here and I said, "Hi, grand piano."
I
said, "Oh,
corrected the mistake, but wanted you.
Yeah, he said.
Yes.
He said he was here.
Yes, wanted me to delete it and then still wanted to go on and tell me about how she was still right, we were still right. Like it never ended. Never ended. It never ended. You don't even know the emails, the chain of emails.
From grand piano?
No, from
Oh,
somebody
no.
that was yelling at Leslie Romani.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I stopped a fight between the one whose item it was, so the one who was selling it, and the one who was upset because the one that was selling it started to go off, and I knew she was going to go off, and I stepped in there. I wish I never stepped in there. I should have let her go off. I stepped in to de-escalate things. I should have just let it blow. I really wish I had.
Dang. You should like do the craziest flip outs and do just like a marathon of the craziest flip out.
Well, I prevented the one from flipping out because I saw that she was flipping out and I de-escalated it. I should have just let it go.
I'm in.
See, what else? What else?
What other things did we have?
We'll just do the random date thing. We can do that. It's like pick up any video, just whatever pops up.
Leslie, I set her off somehow. You have my luck, Leslie. Who was it got so mad at me that time in chat because one day?
I remember when some lady came up and she just started screaming randomly at somebody. Called someone an a-hole or something. I was like, okay, however, on that, and we're going to go. And I had to end the live. Yeah.
Who was that?
Somebody from space, I believe.
Oh, yes, I remember. Yeah. Mary Warren.
Yeah.
Oh, Jane showed me a soda.
I missed the first auction. I'll watch it later.
Remember, some people would come in the chat. Well, I'm getting evicted. All kinds of random people coming in that you've never seen, and they're getting evicted from this place or that place or. Oh yes, she's done that. High 61. She will stand up for herself and for Carolyn.
Oh yeah, always. Love you, Jeanette. If you're here, I love you.
She's a good lady.
Me.
She can sure make me laugh sometimes.
You know.
And not laugh at her, just laugh, because she has a great sense of humor.
Yeah, she's fun. She's a fun lady.
Now they are. Yeah, now they are.
Oh yeah, that's how it always goes. Right. So many things aren't funny at the time, but yes, now they are looking back.
Yeah. Aw. Love you, Jeanette. Leslie says we love you.
Gotta find that when we get yelled at with the pottery.
Yeah, I don't even, that was before.
I know I was in Buffalo at the cottage when it happened. I definitely remember that.
Or the night I got lost looking for Jimmy at the hospital, I had to call Nanette.
When was there? When was that?
When I was picking Jimmy up for the hospital. And he told me, and I was looking at the wrong one, and then Nanette's like, oh my gosh, you're right near me. Should I come up and get you? And I was like, no, just tell me how to get there. And then she's looking scooter. And then she guided me, and I got to the hospital.
Oh, that's sweet.
I was driving around and around.
Nanette's my Facebook friend.
Yeah, Nanette. Oh, Nanette is too? Yeah?
Yeah, Nanette, Carolyn P, Karen H. Yeah.
Oh yes, High 61. Jimmy falling down the stairs, that could never be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, Karen McCann.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Wrong one.
I was going to say, well, I'll talk to you about that later.
I don't remember who that other one was. I don't. I said, yeah. High 61, I remember when Jimmy fell down the stairs. Ugh.
Yeah.
I felt so bad.
Trying to think.
I mean, I don't know, it looked like it was scary. Oh my God, I would be in the hospital. Life Flight would have to come and get me if I fell down my stairs, for real.
Oh God.
I'd be in two pieces on the floor.
I hope you don't fall down on the vacation house.
Oh wow, if that
Down all the
happens,
stairs. Hold on to the railing. Make sure you hold on to the railing.
I will, but just leave me there. Just
But
it's
you
fine.
can't ride up in the elevator. That's only for the luggage.
I know I can't. Scooter, you can't either.
Yes, I can.
You
watch me.
Trouble. You'll get in trouble.
Nice of you to come by, Leslie. But I think we're gonna say goodnight to all our friends. I've got to go for my cleaning tomorrow of my teeth, and I'll be just
Hey, love you all.
crazy. I wish I
Go-
could do something when you're in the dentist chair, like listen or watch something. They have a TV, but you're never able to do something because you're over the back and they're splashing water all over your freaking face, and I just hate it. You know, I hate it. You feel good when it's over, but it's just, ugh, I hate it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys. God bless. Prayers for all that need them. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming in. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Who left? Oh no.
Scooter. Scooter left right away. Of course she did.
What?